Good evening and welcome back to the Crawdads streaming network for this edition of Walnut Creek Crawdads Baseball. Crawdads have gone down to Southern California to take on the Arroyo Seco Saints here in Pasadena. Alongside myself, Charlie Limoncelli, I've got Austin Oda and Harry Setrakian, another three-man broadcast here on this away game. Gentlemen, 18-5 the Crawdads are against the 7-15 Arroyo Seco Saints. Let's have a look at today's first pitch time and temperature, brought to you by Meadowlark Dairy, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Meadowlark Dairy, bringing Old Town vibes and family fun since 1919. It's about 88 degrees and sunny here in Pasadena. Very warm contest, warmer than it's been the last week or so up in Danville for Walnut Creek. And let's have a look at today's starting pitcher for the Arroyo Seco Saints as well real quick. Edwin Segovia, the right-hander from West Covina, California, gets the call. His fourth appearance and his third start. Gentlemen, lots of things to talk about here, but quick thoughts before we get into the first at-bat.
Segovia is a true starter. He'll give you 4 or 5 innings. He's prone to the home run ball. This a park that the ball doesn't fly a ton, but it's a hot day. Crawdads bats looking to stay hot after 19 on the board yesterday. Charlie, let's do this thing.
That we will. Pulasic, Woodson, Ellis to lead things off, then Winchell, Bull, Parker Jr., Perez, Ronson, and Carlisle. Segovia, first pitch to Pulasic, high and inside, at 85 miles an hour. 1 ball and no strikes. The Crawdads start off with a favorable count. Jackie Robinson Field here in Pasadena. 1-0, Pulasic takes a hack, fouls it back.
You're going to see 3 pitches with Segovia. Fastball, slider, the main 2. Not anything the Crawdads haven't seen this year.
He occasionally will throw in a splitter, too. 1-1. Pulasic takes low and almost in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Daniel Pulasic, the top of the Crawdad order, hitting a clean 300. On base percentage, 431. His slugging, 375. He's just been a monster at the top of the order. 3-game hitting streak working now. 2-1. Fastball inner third, just dots the lower corner.
Pretty perfect spot. You're going to see more 87s than 89 to 90 from Segovia, and that's exactly what that was, right on the inside corner.
Segovia turns, kicks, and deals. 2-2. Pulasic hits it in the air to right, towards the line. Tracking over, Ryder makes the catch. 5 pitches will do it for the first out here in this game for Segovia. Rather effective.
Not a particularly hard hit ball off the bat of Pulasic, but good looking swing, got out in front of it, pulled it in the air. It's always good. Now Woodson will to keep that string of good at bats going.
That they will. Crawdads a 19-4 win over Menlo Park Legends yesterday. Here's TJ Woodson. Takes low and outside, ball 1. Woodson, another all-star at the top of the order for Walnut Creek. 314 hitter. And his OPS, 930. 10 doubles leads the CCL. He's just been magnificent. 1-0 delivery. Woodson takes a strike called outer third. Another fastball from Segovia.
Didn't have to be. Maybe a little bit away. Maybe a little bit up as well.
Now the 1-1. Woodson off the end of his bat, flared to deep center field. And over is the debuting Brody Shear out there to make the catch.
Well, heavy dose of fastballs so far. That one kind of right in the happy zone for Woodson. And it shortens up out there in center field. Down the left field line, 374. But right center field gap for righties, maybe where you kind of want to try and go. Only 364. Sort of the dead center, a little bit off to the right. So, Charlie, it did end up getting pretty deep out there.
Yeah, 331 feet that ball went. First pitch to Ellis, popped up. Shallow left field. Paranese makes the call and makes the catch as well. 1-2-3 inning, the Crawdads top of the order goes down quietly. We'll take a break, bottom half of the first after this. Bottom of the first, Walnut Creek. We'll have a look at their starting pitcher today, brought to you by Danville Chocolates, an official partner of the Crawdads. It's Alessandro Martinez, the right-hander from Concordia University, Irvine, to face this Arroyo Seco lineup. Martinez, ERA of 0. This is his 6th appearance in conference play, 8 innings. The strikeout stuff is just pure filth. 12 strikeouts, just 1 walk on the season for Martinez. And gentlemen, let's have a quick look at the defense behind Martinez as well. Behind the dish, Riley Winchell laying down the signs, then Barrett Ronson at first, Lucas Carlisle at second base, TJ Woodson at shortstop, Kevin Parker Jr. back out on defense, playing at third, then Daniel Pulasic in left, Bryden Bull in center field, and Dylan Pettis in right.
Really good defense. We've talked about it all season. The Crawdads have what feels like 3 center fielders in the outfield. They've got 3 shortstops in the infield. They've got a stud behind the plate in Riley Winchell. But for Martinez right now, the big number is he started his Crawdad career, if you combine innings in league and non-league play, with 11 straight innings without allowing an earned run. That's tied for the 5th longest streak in general in Crawdad history without allowing an earned run. He's got a real chance to jump up that leaderboard today.
That he does, but a tall task right in front of him. Jacob Freer, the shortstop, leading off for Arroyo Seco today. 279 hitter in 16 games, 2 extra base hits. Freer from the left side. Martinez, first pitch, a fastball fouled back. Freer, a guy in the transfer portal after 2 seasons at Azusa Pacific University as a sophomore. Started all 56 games. Breakout season, 39 runs batted in on a 344 average. 0-1 from Martinez. Slider misses in the dirt.
That's a team, Azusa Pacific, making the switch from the Division II level to the NAIA level. So they've seen a lot of their guys in all their sports kind of jump ship a little bit.
See where he lands next. The resume this summer, certainly impressive. 1-1. Fastball from Martinez, low and outside, fouled back.
Well, and you just look at the build. It's a big body from the left side that looks like he can generate a little more power than the no home run number shows right now.
Freer, also a returning Arroyo Seco Saint. Played with the team last year here in Pasadena. Martinez kicks and fires, 1-2. Fastball just outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jacob Freer. Martinez has the offering from Winchell. Now the pitch comes home. Wave and a miss. Slider in the dirt. That's just filth. First K of the day for Martinez, his 13th in league play.
That's the wipeout pitch, the one he's going to go to very often. 2 strike counts. You can almost book it. That just thrown excellently. And again, going to see a high dose of that after you're playing off the fastball in the early counts. 2 strikes, though, you're going to see the breaking ball, and it's going to fool hitters from both sides.
83 miles an hour and 10 inches of horizontal break. Just nasty. Braden Flores, second baseman switch hitter from the left side against the right-hander Martinez. First pitch, check swing. He went around.
Yuck. Do it again. It's just hammering that lower part of, not even the lower part of the zone, just the lower angle. He's getting a lot of swings and misses.
Martinez, 0-1 delivery. Off speed, misses away. So the count even at 1 to Braden Flores. Chandler, Arizona native, playing out here after a pair of seasons with Phoenix College. 333 hitter in 19 games for the Saints. It's been one of the mainstays, top of the order. 1-1 pitch. Slider in the dirt, gets past Winchell.
Committed to LMU.
That he did. So he'll be staying out here in California.
The Lions. Home of former Crawdad Jackson Pace.
You would know that.
Yeah, I would. I do. I just said it.
2-1 for Martinez. Off speed, misses outside.
That's where another former Crawdad named Jackson Flora, was originally committed when he started with the Crawdads, and then he decommitted right before he went to college, and, well, look at him now.
He's going to be drafted soon. 3-1. Martinez sits the breaking ball on the outer third this time. Loads the count full to Flores. Back-to-back sliders towards the outside part of the zone. Flores 6 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs this season for Arroyo Seco. One down, looking to get aboard. Payoff from Martinez. Slider in the dirt. So a walk and a strikeout, the first 2 batters, or the results of the first 2 batters for Martinez.
2 of the 3 true outcomes. You'd hope the home run doesn't come next. But you had Flores there. He's a switch hitter. Very rare in the CCL. This time from the left side, took the walk. Kind of fun. Switch hitting is a lost art.
1 out base runner for the 3-hole guy, Zach Late, playing first base today for Arroyo Seco. Another left-hander, or hitting from the left side, I should say. First pitch he sees, fastball away.
Late. I think that's the theme of the game today. We got the lineups early, and then they were switched pretty late.
That they were. Zach Late originally was going to be in the cleanup spot. Freer was down in the order as well, got moved up, 1-0. There's a fastball on the outer third. 1 ball and 1 strike to Zach Late.
And credit to Arroyo Seco for letting us set up in center field. As you can see, our center field camera up and running. Also, this great setup behind home plate.
Oh, absolutely.
Good friend, Dylan DeCesare from the University of Oregon, Go Ducks, is here as one of the broadcasters for Arroyo Seco.
And very gracious here with this setup. 1-1 pitch, grounded over to first. Ronson collects, fires to Woodson covering second, then on to first for the double play. 3-6-3, the Crawdads get it done. And now they'll have a chance, still tied at this ball game, top of the second. Chance to take the lead. We'll have that action right after this. Top of the second, scoreless ball game here in Pasadena. The Crawdads on the road again for the 9th time this season. Crawdads 6-2 on the road, plus 23 run differential. 7 away games left, including 2 more in the next 2 days. Heart of the order due up, Winchell, Bull, and Parker Jr. And guys, Crawdads, including myself, got on the bus at 8 a.m. today, made it here at about 2:40. It was a long bus ride. The players went down 1, 2, 3. The top of the order did, but in the field they look good. See if they can get the bats moving here. First pitch from Segovia to Bull. Wave and a miss. How about the curveball there?
It's a real long day. It is, and it's tough on the body, tough on the mind. Obviously some tired bodies out there. Maybe you got some sleep on the bus. I woke up on Austin's couch last night, or this morning.
0-1. Winchell just fouls it away. 0-2.
With my dog.
I slept well. Yeah, Ed was keeping me safe.
Guard dog.
Yeah, guard dog. He'd scare off anybody.
And I heard you, Charlie. You got up at 5:40 today.
5 a.m.
5 a.m.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was an early bird. 0-2 to Winchell. Slider in the dirt.
Well, you know what they say.
Early bird does get the worm.
Early bird wakes up way too early, man.
True.
Go back to bed.
Why were you up at 5?
I figured the
The heck?
traffic was going to be much worse on 680 than it was going from Pleasanton to Walnut Creek. It was not. I got
Gotcha.
there in like 25 minutes. I was expecting more like 45. 1-2 to Winchell. Breaking ball outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Riley Winchell, the 4th of 5 straight All-Stars in the top Crawdad order.
Just to finish this thought, what were you going to do with the other 2 hours?
Shower.
There you
Pack
go.
up all my stuff.
Okay.
2-2. Winchell takes a hack, pops it up right side of the infield. Towards second, Flores on the outfield grass makes the catch.
You're right, definitely some tired bodies. It's so hard to hop off the bus and boom, you're playing ball. I think one of the differences in this game compared to the last time the Crawdads were here at Arroyo Seco in 2024 is when we got off the bus in 24, it was maybe 90 to 100 minutes before the game, an hour and a half plus. Today, you guys got here, and it was 3 hours before the game. Guys got to rest a little bit.
Yeah, plenty of time. Also took some BP. First pitch to Bryden Bull, chopped to second. Flores over to the glove side, then puts it away on the throw to late. So all the All-Stars in the Crawdad batting order retired. Edwin Segovia working rather fast through the Crawdad lineup. 2 down, no one on. Top of the second, Kevin Parker Jr.
Just the 15th pitch Segovia's thrown through an inning, 2/3. KPJ's the guy who will take his walk, so maybe just trying to see a couple pitches right now.
First one he sees, he attacks, pops it up, left center field. Over is Shear, he makes the grab. And so far, 6 up, 6 down for Edwin Segovia, the right-hander for Arroyo Seco. We'll take a break. Crawdads on defense right after this. Bottom of the second, Arroyo Seco back up to bat. Jacob Freer struck out, Braden Flores walked, and then Zach Lake grounded into a 3-6-3 double play. So the heart of the Saints order due up. Carson Panarese, Sean Asperger, and Camden Andrews, 4, 5, and 6. Martinez looking to keep cruising. Slow kick and delivery, a fastball high. 1-0 to Panarese.
We good there, Harry? A lot of sneezing from you.
Might want to take that Zyrtec
Yeah,
I actually
I know.
gave you.
You were locked and loaded, Chuck.
Of course I was. 1-0 pitch, breaking ball that drops in the left-handed batter's box and skips past Riley Winchell. 2-0 to Panarese, the left fielder.
Can we mute this kid?
Seriously, 284. 8 games that Panarese has played in. 350 on base, 350 slugging. 2-0. Hit in the air foul towards first base. Ronson takes a step over and makes the catch.
Saw Panarese play earlier this year at CSULA, a really good hitting team, and he was kind of right in the middle of the action there. So this is a guy to watch out for. But Barrett Ronson, just good to see him make that play over at first. It's been a tough couple games defensively for Barrett Ronson, who's the recent commit to UC Riverside as of like 6 hours ago.
Yes, he committed literally as the Crawdads got off their bus for the food stop right before the Crawdads hit the Grapevine on I-5. Either way, another lefty, Sean Asperger, to the plate. Martinez, first delivery, off speed and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Asperger playing at third base today for Arroyo Seco, rising junior, formerly at Santa Barbara City College. 1-0, fires a strike. There's a fastball on the outer dot.
Harry's leaving us.
This poor kid Harry, he's got to clear his sinuses.
Been there.
Yeah, I was there in Sonoma, first time we were there.
Oh, it was so bad.
Yeah, that was rough.
So bad.
1-1, Asperger, high chopper right up the middle. Woodson takes a weird hop off the bag. Infield single for Sean Asperger, the first hit for either team today. Looked like Woodson would have had a chance at the routine play, but took a weird bounce in the, I think it clipped the second base bag or just weirdly off the dirt. Either way.
Yeah, anything but routine on that one. It kind of should have been, and then at the last second it wasn't. See how it gets marked. I would go base hit.
I think I would as well. 1 out, 1 man on, bottom of the second for Camden Andrews, the catcher. Pasadena native, playing his baseball at Cal Baptist. First pitch he sees, swing and a miss, slider low.
That's the bread and butter. It's one of the spinniest sliders in the CCL. They do give him a single, by the way, and it's a pitch that he can throw for a strike. It's a pitch that he can throw to get a chase. Just a really good, solid, borderline great offering.
He only throws 2 pitches, Martinez does, and they both work really well. 0-1, off the end of the barrel, 1 hop to Carlisle at second. He flips to Woodson for 1, then on to first in time, 4-6-3. The Crawdads 2 double plays in the first 2 innings to get out of the jam. We'll take a break. Crawdads back up to bat, top of the third after this.
Single.
Top of the third inning, bottom third of the Crawdad lineup due up. Pettis, Ronson, and Carlisle. Edwin Segovia, 6 up, 6 down. He's been rather effective in his third start of the season here for Arroyo Seco. First guy he's got to go through this inning, Dylan Pettis, a 206 hitter in 20 games for Walnut Creek. 350 on base, 300 slugging for Pettis. First pitch to the lefty from Baylor, misses low.
Yeah, but the thing about Perez is even with the averages, he's still getting on base. He's walked at an almost 19% clip this summer in CCL play. That coming into yesterday was 5th in the CCL North.
And yesterday he was able to get a single, extended his on-base streak to 20. 1-0 pitch, hit high in the air, left center field. Panarese calling for it, and he makes the catch moving to his left.
Well, they're lifting the ball almost exclusively. Man, I mean, only 1 ground out to now, what's that, 6 pop-out flyouts. Man, it's the fastball is just doing the job of riding enough to get under the barrels of these Crawdads.
A lot of balls in play for Walnut Creek. No hits yet to this point. Here's Ronson with one out. First pitch to the righty. Hit hard on a line to left field. Panarese going back to the wall, and it bounces at the warning track. Ground rule, no, not a ground rule double. Thought it left the yard, but instead, it's a stand-up double for Barrett Ronson, freshly committed to UC Riverside, and his first hit as a member of that team, technically, a double.
Yeah, that ball was hit well off the bat of Ronson. Got a kind of a hanger, middle third, and he hit a ball so far out in batting practice. We were in center field setting up the center field cam, and that, I mean, it basically went over us today. We know he's got so much juice, and we showed it there.
RBI chance for the table center, Lucas Carlisle. One of the best bats in the bottom of the Crawdad order. He's been magnificent. First pitch he sees from Segovia, fastball lower third, called a strike. But how about Carlisle's triple slash? 467 batting average, 680 on base percentage, and 667 slugging. This kid has been unreal. 9 walks, 7 hits in 6 games, just 4 strikeouts. Segovia looks at Ronson. 0-1. Ball misses low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, and I mean, it obviously hasn't been super long that he's been a part of this team, but it's gotten to the point where it's sort of a decent sample, 15 at-bats over 6 games and 6 starts, so it's still pretty miraculous how incredible he's been.
Just finds ways to get aboard. Segovia, 1-1 delivery. Fastball hit, 1 hop to third. Asperger collects, throws across the diamond. They get Carlisle at first. Ronson holds at second. Still an RBI chance. Lineup turns anew for Daniel Pulasic, a guy who's been really good at plating runners in scoring position. Pulasic, 12 runs batted in 11 games for Walnut Creek. Chance to make it 13 here. Still scoreless. Top of the third, 2 down. First of a 3-game road set for Walnut Creek. They'll also play right back here against Arroyo Seco tomorrow, then go to San Luis Obispo Friday. First pitch to Pulasic in the dirt. Pulasic has hits in 8 of his last 9 games with Walnut Creek after starting his career as a Crawdad 0 for 6. 1-0 pitch to the lefty. Off the inside part of the bat, flared shallow left. Back is Asperger from third, makes the catch. The Crawdads strand Ronson at second following the double. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Arroyo Seco trying to get on the board first. Bottom third of the Saints lineup due up here in the bottom of the third inning. Cannon King, Evan Ryder, and Brody Shear. Designated hitter, the right fielder, and the center fielder. King, one of the best bats in the CCL right now from the left side. Tied with Bryden Bull and a couple others for the league lead in home runs at 4. 316 hitter, 426 on base. First pitch he sees from Martinez. Check swing, the appeal to third. No, he didn't. It'll be 1-0 to Cannon King. Also slugging near 600. He's in the transfer portal. Had a monster year at Cal State San Marcos in the Division II level. Martinez, 1-0. Fastball misses away. 2 balls and no strikes to King. Bit of a shorter left field porch here. Right field porch, excuse me, at Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena. 345 down the right field line as opposed to 374 to left. 2-0, wave and a miss. Fastball low and outside, but it gets the wave.
Yucky. A lot of arm side on that one from Martinez, and he plays the fastball and the slider so well together. We've got that 3,000 RPM slider and the big breaking fastball. It works well.
2-1. Slider off the end of King's bat, fouled into the ground.
Well, that's a pitch that ends up middle, but it has enough break on it, and it's just so spinny that it's hard to see, it's hard to pick up, it's hard to hit. That's a pitch that King, I think, thinks he should do a lot with.
It was up 2-0, now to 2-2 count. Martinez looking for a put away. Here's the pitch. Wave and a miss. Slider down low. Second strikeout of the day for Alessandro Martinez.
Ew.
And again, he'll throw it to any side. Righties, lefties. It's tough against the righties, falls off the table, and against the lefties, comes in on that back foot. Looks so good, and you swing through it. And you think, wow, I feel silly.
Another 3,000 RPM slider from Martinez gets the job done. 1 out, no one on, bottom of the third for Evan Reiter. Another slider from Martinez. This time it misses low. Reiter playing in right field, a teammate of the Crawdad first baseman Barrett Ronson at Santa Ana College. Reiter, redshirt freshman season there, was a monster. 1-0. Slider off the end of the bat, popped up towards second. Carlisle over to make the catch, and he does.
I was just going to say now an ex-teammate.
Indeed.
Ronson.
So happy for Barrett Ronson. That UC Riverside, a spot that some former Crawdads have done really well at. Griffin Harrison played for Dads in 23, and Jackson Bird, who played for the Crawdads in 24. Bird now playing professionally with the Long Beach Coast is what I think they're called in the Pioneer League, the same league as the Oakland Ballers. So if history kind of repeats itself, that would be cool.
That it would. Here's Brody Shear, center fielder from the left side. Martinez, first pitch, slider, lower third, gets the K, or the strike, I should say. 0-1 to Shear, debuting for Arroyo Seco. Left-handed outfielder committed to Nebraska, a pair of seasons at McLennan Community College down in Texas. 0-1. Hard chopper over to short. Woodson deflects off of his glove. It was hard hit. Ruling pending, but perhaps in favor of a single there.
Yeah, I just think it's not even the hard hit or not. I think he was just beating that ball out.
Yeah.
Once he got past Parker Jr., Woodson so deep in the hole, I think it's one that could go either way, but I would go hit every day.
Yeah, I got deep in the hole. Tough to make a play on that, regardless if it's at third or at short. It's kind of the only chance you have is the third. If the third baseman's able to cut it off, but of course that one just bouncing too high.
Official ruling still pending, nonetheless. A 2-out base runner as the lineup turns over for Freer. First pitch low and outside. So Freer ahead. 1 ball, no strikes. Shortstop struck out on 5 pitches against Martinez in the bottom of the first. And they will officially give Shear his first hit as a Saint. Martinez turns around, fires to first on the pickoff. Unsuccessful. Freer from Bellevue, Washington. 8 ribbies this summer with Arroyo Seco in 16 games. Another pick back to first.
Had him leaning.
Sheer safe with a head first slide, but a little closer this time. There's 2 hits allowed for Martinez to this point. Pair of strikeouts as well. 1-0 pitch, grounded to second. Backhand effort from Carlisle. His throw to first, plenty of time. Crawdads again get it done. They strand another base runner defensively. To the 4th we go. Harry Setrakian taking over on play-by-play for the next 3 innings.
Top of the fourth, TJ Woodson, Ryan Ellis, Riley Winchell due up amidst top four in the order. Charlie, as you pointed out. 4 of the 8 Crawdad All-Stars, all in a row to start the lineup today, kind of as it's been. And, of course, there's 5, too. Brian Bull, number 5.
Can't forget him.
After them as well. But Woodson will lead off, taking ball 1 against Edwin Segovia, who's been absolutely outstanding so far through 3 innings pitched. Just the 1 hit, a double to Barrett Ronson, but he was stranded there after a bounce out to third and a pop out to third by Carlisle and Pulaski. Now Woodson watches the next pitch, a fastball outside once again, 2-0. Woodson was the second of a string of flyouts, 4 in a row that began the game for the Crawdads. 3 in the first and then 1 in the second to start it off. 2-0 to Woodson, pulled out into left field for a base hit. A knock for TJ Woodson, second hit of the day for the Crawdads. And Woodson on to lead things off. And now Ryan Ellis stands in, also 0 for 1 today, had a flyout. But he's the team leader of the Crawdads in on base plus slugging. 12-12 for Ryan Ellis. And as a team, 777 OPS. The lucky number 7s, it's what you want to see on your jackpot roll. And that's exactly where the Crawdads were entering today. So after an explosion of 19 runs just a day ago, so far none through the first 3. Now TJ Woodson will go from second. Pitch taken for a strike. Andrews botches the transfer there, looked like. So strike on the pitch to Ellis. TJ Woodson down to second with a stolen base. Number 79 for the Crawdads on the season.
Can I steal a line from you?
Let's see it.
Forgot something.
Yes. Catcher Andrews important. You need the ball to make an attempt at an out at second. And he forgot it. He sure did.
Who would have thought you need a ball to play baseball? Crazy concept.
So no balls and a strike. The left-handed hitting Ryan Ellis. He goes back towards the middle. Shortstop. Can't get it free or kicked up off the ground and off his glove. Now rounding third. Woodson will come to score standing up. That's going to be an error on Freer, though. You can kind of credit the infield dirt for that one. He had a good beat on it. Was shading towards the middle on the lefty Ellis. Just hopped up over his glove. He did get a glove on it, but just kicked up off the heel. Bounced about 5 inches higher than he expected. So run is in for the Crawdads. Will not be a run batted in for Ryan Ellis, who is chasing the all-time Crawdad lead in RBI.
Thought for a second, man, he could have clipped the deficit in half. It's counted as an RBI in the official score, but it shouldn't be.
Riley Winchell in, takes ball 1. Ellis on first.
And I believe they as soon as we saw that, they changed it. They might have heard us.
Perhaps so. We're not that far from the press box.
Hi, Dylan.
Hi, Dylan. Dylan DeCesare down there calling the game on the Arroyo Seco network is the pick attempt. Very unsuccessful. Ellis back standing. Ellis, good cheering section today.
You said that was stolen base number 70 what? 79?
9 for the Crawdads.
It's already the second most in a single season in conference play. It's July 8th.
Long way to go. They're going to smash that record out of the park. As the next delivery to Winchell, off the hands towards the middle. He'll hop in front of Flores, the second baseman. He'll run it to the bag himself. Jump throw to second is not in time. Winchell gets in, and the first baseman, well, he's down. Misplayed that one. Took it off a sensitive area.
Yeah, it was a throw that was in the dirt, and yeah, you're right.
Yikes. So fielder's choice goes 4 unassisted, and he'll stay down. They're going to talk, but Winchell will be on first. A run is in. They're going to take a look at Light over there at first. We'll just step aside real quick. Arroyo Seco first baseman Zach Late due up third in the inning. At first, he'll stay in the game. Due up second, excuse me, in the bottom of this inning, but he will, I believe, stay in. And Bryden Bull just awaiting as they continue to let him take a few deep breaths.
I mean, he might come out of this game.
He might at this point.
We got back on air thinking that the training staff was going to walk off, and I believe they even might have turned around, and, well, there you go.
Now they'll saunter on back out the right field, or the first base side gate by the Crawdads dugout and head back to theirs, long way around to the Arroyo Seco dugout. This is a big bowl seating arrangement here at Jackie Robinson Field.
It's
large capacity.
one of the two most famous bowls within a 500-foot radius.
Going to say now Bryden Bull,
I meant
Bowl.
the Rose Bowl.
the lefty batting. I meant Bryden Bull.
I for a second I thought that was a bull pun, and Harry, that was not a good one. I'm going to be honest
First
with
pitch
you.
to Bull's in there for a called strike. I got to be honest there. I didn't even have the Rose Bowl on my radar.
Kind of a
About that one.
broadcaster fail there.
Yeah, that's a flop.
Well,
That's
I'd
okay.
say that it's not, because Bryden Bull, I'd say right now, a little more relevant than Rose Bowl Stadium as he swings through. The next one goes down 0-2. He's playing baseball right now, and there's just nothing going on in the Rose Bowl Stadium.
Not that you know of.
No, there's nothing. I know. I was checking over there. I got a guy over there.
Sure you do.
The ball's 2 strikes. Winchell off a first. Bull high towards left center field and shallow coming in the left fielder. Pin are easy, but it drops for a base hit. So Bull gets on a bit of a lucky stroke. Down 0-2, but somehow fights that one off into shallow left field. Saw a lot of shallow left field fly balls yesterday get down at Monte Vista. It was playing kind of strange. Wind was blowing in, so it was tough out there. But that one just deposited perfectly into the Bermuda Triangle over there. Shortstop, left and center fielder going out.
Well, yesterday the left fielder for Menlo Park, Casey Love McGee, did not have a great day.
Not
Former
his best.
Crawdad.
They moved him
And,
to first eventually.
And that had a little look of yesterday.
It sure did. Panarese looked like he had a beat on it, but just didn't ever get to the spot. Now Kevin Parker in a run-scoring spot. Swings at the first one he sees like last time, but this time fouls it back. Flew out to center. Brody Shearer, his first start with Arroyo Seco this season, patrolling out there. 1 run in on the inning, 1 down. With Riley Winchell on second, Bryden Bull is on first. Winchell got the runner TJ Woodson to score on a error to shortstop. Woodson reached via a single and stole second. Now next delivery, 0-1 to Parker Jr. is taken upstairs. KPJ. He's only played twice in the last 5 Crawdad games. He's been kind of monitoring a hand injury from getting drilled in the hand at Sonoma. 0-for-2 in that short stretch of games played. So good to see him back in the starting lineup. 1-1 is swung and missed. Elevated fastball from Segovia is swung through. He's kind of doing a good job moving that north and south more so than east and west.
Yeah, it's not the most spinny fastball, but it's a pretty verty fastball. It's going to be 18 to 20 on the induced vertical, which is how much it rises, how much it rides, and that'll play up in the zone.
So now 1-2, Parker Jr. behind. Middle infield kind of halfway in, trying for a double play, and that pitch called strike 3, right there on the outside corner. Nicely thrown fastball that time. Dots the corner on the low part of the zone, and Parker Jr. out for the second time, first strikeout of the day for Edwin Segovia.
Yeah, and that's his best pitch of the day. He'd been going with that big verti fastball up, and then he kind of plants what looked like more of a two-seamer on the outside.
Still a lot of induced vertical break there, 15 inches. That's a pitch where if you're Parker Jr., you think that's going to be low and in the dirt, but instead it kind of stays in that bottom third of the strike zone, and it catches you stunned.
Dylan Perez lefty in for the second time as a 21 game on base streak. That's going to go to 22. It's fair down the left field line. Around to score Winchell. This one dug out in the corner by Panarese. Getting the wave around third is Bull, and he'll score. All the way from first, a 2-run double for Dylan Perez.
A little bit of a look what I found there. inside out at it, a pitch kind of right in the go zone for Dylan Perez, top of the zone. Still hit it pretty hard, ended up 91 off the bat. And you know what they always say, hit them where they ain't. Sean Asperger playing off the line at third. Perez placed that perfectly.
Wow.
Really, really nice inning for the Crawdads, taking advantage of the error and then adding on.
Now, again, 22 straight games, 21 straight CCL games for Dylan Perez with reaching base. That is an unbelievable streak. Barrett Ronson now in. He had a booming double his first time, almost rode one out. It's a long hold by Segovia. He'll give the first one in. It's up and in to Ronson, who takes ball one.
And look, it really hasn't been the start to this summer that Ronson wanted. He's had some really good moments, a 3-hit game just about a week ago, but sometimes you commit and the pressure just kind of jumps off your shoulders.
Yeah. And his last 4 games played, counting today, so number 5 for 12, 2 doubles. It's getting hot again. The 1-0 to him with Perez bouncing around at seconds, taken for a strike, fastball in there.
Maybe the most raw power on this Crawdad team.
I think so. He's been really, really just putting on a show in batting practice. Think of guys like him and Sutter Moss who
Right.
have translated it in-game at times, but we're waiting for Ronson's first dinger. Hit a lot of them this spring, and this one's popped up into foul ground behind first, late over towards the Crawdad dugout, reaches back after overrunning it a bit and makes the catch. So gets the third out, but not before 3 Crawdad runs come in on a handful, 3 base hits and an error. 3-0, Crawdads lead. Two, three, four due up for Arroyo Seco. They did not get a base hit their first time around, though Flores did walk his first time. Braden Flores batting second, the switch hitter, facing Alessandro Martinez, who's been excellent. It's been that pitch, a big reason why, big curveball that is called for a strike. Breaking ball, I should say. That was swung on for a strike. Went 0 for 2 there.
Yeah, that's just a filthy slider. Martinez is so good at spinning it.
0-1, fastball outside, taken.
Makes me want to get a mansion, a jacuzzi.
Yeah.
With the
Eager to watch
spins.
my movies. There you go.
Yeah, I've been scheming that one up.
Oh, I'm sure you have, bud.
1-1 pitch, taken outside. 2 balls and a strike. Martinez behind. He's been excellent so far. 3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts to just 1 walk. Now behind 2-1, trying to work back and gets a sword swing on that filthy breaking ball. And no doubt Flores went around, so goes to 2-2.
In the beautiful words of Carson Mercier one night in Sonoma, shing, 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 unsheath that thing. That was a sword.
That's
Wow.
beautiful. Credit to Carson. That's awesome.
2-2. Breaking ball. This time Flores learned his lesson, takes it in. Is that what it takes to get to the Cape?
That is something. That's what it takes to get us off air crying, laughing for an inning.
Oh, I bet.
There's Drew Aguiar, another guy with a 3,000 RPM slider.
3-2 for Martinez. Flores shoots it the other way and in the left for a base hit. Nice adjustment to that curveball from the breaking ball from pitch to pitch. Was fooled on one, then took on the next one in the dirt. That one just kind of laid the bat out, waited on it, took the outside pitch the other way, did just enough.
And that's one that Martinez is looking to get the back door on. Breaking ball outside third. It just caught a little too much plate. And when you're a guy like Flores with such great bat control, you're going to be able to put that one in play somewhere.
So now Zach Late stands in. Runner on first, staying close at the bag, takes strike one, a fastball in there. The outer part of the plate.
It's been an expanded strike zone today.
Oh, that it has.
Something like that.
But both pitchers benefiting from it just about equally, so.
Lake goes after this one and shoots it through the left side for a base hit. So back-to-back Oppo hits. Trying to go first to third as Flores. Throw coming in is not in time. He'll dive in safe. Nice base running. The hustle. Talk about a hustle double out of the box. That was a hustle extra 90 on the base pass by Braden Flores, using his speed to get to third. Runners now on the corners, and Arroyo Seco potentially in business.
That's one of those Arroyo Seco specials. The hard hit grounder, a little slap and dash, but hit it hard enough to where it can squeak through the infield. That one 102 off the bat. Zach Late, who's feeling just fine after his top half of the inning.
First pitch from Martinez on the front door, called for a strike. Carson Panarese in for his second time. Fouled out a step into foul ground to Barrett Ronson his first time. Also a step right in front of the first base bag. Panarese, 284 hitter entering today from the right side. Swings and misses this time. Martinez brings the slider outside and presented it nicely.
Yeah, and this becomes a strikeout spot. He's thrown the slider back-to-back times. He's gone to that kind of wraparound fastball to righties every now and then, but that's also a pitch that can get a ground ball. You'd trade 2 outs for a run here for the Crawdads.
Corners in, middle at double play depth. Way ahead 0-2, just stays alive. Panarese offered the bat out, just poked it back foul.
We'll also be paying attention to the game down south, out in Compton. The Barons and the Blues. Crawdads kind of need the Blues to lose some games. Obviously, the Crawdads will play San Luis Obispo on Friday with a chance to pick up a win there, but anything that would help the Crawdads' cause.
Panarese still down 0-2 after 3 straight sliders. He gets a fourth, and this one's in the dirt, takes it for a ball.
Right at 3,000 rotations per minute.
On the dot.
I saw
Exactly.
each of them.
Zhang-like. Panarese runners on the corners, got Late on first, Flores on third. Martinez searching for an out, will pick back to first, nothing doing over there. We've seen a lot of the double steal attempts from a couple of CCL opponents, including the Crawdads. Crawdads did it successfully with runners on the corners. We'll see if they try anything, but stays put. To third, Parker will fire to second for one. Carlisle turned to first, double play. Run comes in from third. Those were a couple of cannon throws from Parker and Carlisle to complete a beautiful around the horn turn. They do give up the run because that one went kind of to the glove side of Parker. Had to take a drop step after the hard hit ball. So even though he was playing a bit in, decides to take the 2 outs. That is a wise play.
It's a smart play. I'm just sad. Alessandro Martinez was 2/3 of an inning away from setting the all-time scoreless streak record.
Time to start a new one.
Why not?
Taken down low, Sean Asperger in for his second time and a base hit his first time through. But just as the Crawdads ended their 13-game franchise-long winning streak, all good things must come to an end. Another slider there. This one swung through 1-1. But it's just about starting a new one. Again, started the new winning streak yesterday in demanding fashion. 19-4 win over Menlo. 1-1 from Martinez. Slider down and in, taken by Asperger.
Really sad about that. But in the end, It's the play you want there, right? You kill two birds with one stone, get a ground ball, 5-4-3. Third double play in 4 innings. That'll play.
2-1. Up and away. It's a Crawdad team that has been turning double plays at a pretty high rate lately. Had 12 going into yesterday, turned 3, now have 15 going into today, so now have 18. That's up towards the top in the CCL.
That's what you get when you have basically 4 shortstops playing in the infield.
Asperger way ahead, pulls one foul. Another slider.
That's a really good point. It's just guys that are smooth around the diamond.
It's exactly what manager Brent Cummings envisioned when he put this team together. Loves his defenders.
Martinez even 3-2 with Asperger. Here's the pitch. Payoff is just down low, taken for ball 4. Second walk of the day allowed by Martinez. Now with 2 down. Arroyo Seco going to try and get a rally going. Got to do it with Cam Andrews now, the catcher, who stands in for the second time.
This could be maybe the last batter for Martinez. Joe Coupland, who's back with the Dads, is out, and he stopped warming up whoever was throwing, which kind of makes me think whoever was throwing is ready. I'm intuitive like that.
Sure you are.
First pitch to Andrews. Comes in, a slider taken for a strike. He's really working that slider, especially early in counts now, the second time through the order. And it's a pitch that you can obviously, with how effective it is, rely on in any count at any time. And he's landing it in the zone for strikes. He can command it well. Gets ahead of Andrews. Popped out his first time. Swing and a miss, way in front of that one. Taken for a ball. Sean Asperger bouncing around at first a little bit. See if he wants to test Riley Winchell. 0-2 count. 2 down. Not a lot to lose.
I wouldn't. I'm not a runner. Shocking, I know, but I would not run on Riley Winchell.
And after extending the inning with 2 down, getting the walk, might not, need to try and force the hand. Try and keep the rally going. Well, he will go. But Andrews reaches out for it, pops it up to short, a few steps to his left. Woodson's got it on the cut of the grass and puts it away. So a run comes in on the inning on the double play by Panarisi going around the horn. But that's all. So 3-1 Crawdads lead it after 4 full innings. Four innings come and gone. Crawdads lead it 3-1 through 4 so far. 5 innings to go, and after today's game, as always, today's player of the game will be brought to you by Worth Group Restaurants, a local collection of East Bay restaurants owned and operated by Rodney Worth. This includes the Peasant and the Pear in Danville, the Bourbon Pear in Livermore, and the Golden Pear in Walnut Creek. Worth Group Restaurants, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. And guys, we're as far away as we will be from Danville all season long here in Pasadena, California. Again, it's kind of the tail end of what has been already a long day. Early starts for us and the team getting out early, but hey, they've come to Pasadena swinging it, scoring early in the 4th. 3 runs put up. A little bit of help to an error by the shortstop, Freer. 3 runs going unearned last inning, but hey, an early lead is an early lead. They'll take it against the South team that It's kind of struggled in the South so far, but it's sort of hard to judge since the South, I mean, it really just as it is quite a bit stronger than the North has been up and down this season.
And you can see it in the All-Star game, right? That's the best of the best, and it was all South in that ball game.
Yeah, not close. South pitchers were just dominating the North hitters for the most part, except for TJ Woodson. He had a great game against South pitching.
TJ two bags.
Goat.
So 9-1-2, Lucas Carlisle to lead things off against Edwin Segovia into his 5th inning. He takes strike 1. Carlisle, a hard guy to strike out, hard guy to win an at-bat against as a pitcher. Now the 0-1 is just outside. Fastball goes to 1-1. That said, winning strike 1 against Carlisle is already kind of an achievement. But now even back up becomes a bit more dangerous. 1-1. Big breaking ball taken for a strike. Carlisle not looking for that one. Kind of gave up on it early. Landed in the top of the zone.
Yeah, that's a great pitch, top of the zone. Just extra strike called that you get if you're the pitcher Segovia.
Now 1-2. Carlisle swings and misses. Fastball up the ladder. Nicely thrown after the high breaking ball. Just never came down.
Yeah, it's that number again, the induced vertical break 24.08, which I believe is the highest of the day pretty easily. It's not a big spinny fastball. It's not a high velo fastball, but it's one that just will not come down. It's one that will ride at the top of the zone as long as he wants it to.
On top of the order, Daniel Pulasic up with Woodson on deck. He goes after the first one. Flares it into center field. It will drop on the grass. A base hit for Daniel Pulasic. He's on for the first time today in his 3rd try. And Austin, you're talking about the metrics of the fastball from Segovia. I think it was Joey Votto towards the end of his career, a guy who had, seen several eras of baseball, several decades, retired, 2022 or 23 something, where guys are regularly throwing 100. And he talked about it by saying that, if a guy throws 100 and it's flat, it's just about as easy to hit as any other fastball. What matters the most is the spin. As there goes Pulasic, TJ Woodson swinging away and deposits it in the open right side. It'll be through for a knock. Woodson to first and Pulasic to third.
Perfectly executed run and hit right there. I mean, you saw Pulasic had a massive jump over there at first, and then Woodson recognizes it, just kind of throws the bat out there with his hands, able to go the other way out in front of the fastball top of the zone. That's just really fantastic fundamental hitting. That's what you expect for Woodson, a guy whose father played in the MLB.
On the top of this order, not letting me tell a story. 2 pitches, 2 singles.
It's good baseball.
But all that to say, that fastball,
It plays.
yeah, I mean, works. Rides high. So I'll check on Woodson over at first. He's back with the dive, but I think that's such an interesting insight from Joey Votto, who, of course, is one of the greatest hitters of this generation.
It's always interesting to hear from some of the guys who have done it at the high level and kind of talk down on some of the guys that say no to that.
Right, Ellis takes up and away.
There's such a big sector of former players that, love talking about how great the game is today, but also how much better it was back in their day because it was all high averages and all that jazz. And I understand the aesthetics of that, but it's such a different game. It's so hard to hit a fastball that rides, 25 inches above the zone.
And it's even harder when that's what guys are striving for now, right? And trying to just find ways to, if they're maybe sitting, lower 90s, thinking about the major league level, who can elevate that pitch by, literally just elevating it. Trying anything they can to get that extra bit of vertical break. 1-0. Woodson bluffs a go. Pitch taken by Ellis for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes.
I think Andrews might have just stolen Ellis a ball. He got up from his crouch early thinking Woodson might have been going. And that was kind of right at the top of the zone.
Yeah, probably should have been a strike, but that's the value you get from the ever-present stolen base threat with pretty much all of the Crawdads in the lineup.
Sitting on 79 stolen bases as a team. Next one will be 80. Again, Woodson bluffs a go, but Ellis pulls one hard. Line foul. Had an advantage count and took advantage of it. 106 mile an hour. Foul ball.
And that ball is about as middle as you can throw it.
Yeah, that's a meatball fastball. I'm surprised Ellis didn't lift it out of the yard right there.
I think Joey Votto would have liked that one even, regardless of the near 19 inches of induced vertical break. And Ellis did too, jumped all over it, just a little out front. Still ahead 2-1. Woodson goes for real this time. Pitch taken. Woodson dives in. Throw down. Not in time. He's in for the 80th stolen base for the Crawdads this season. Woodson in again, his second today. Called a ball, by the way, at the plate. And TJ Woodson has to be working up towards that team lead. That's number 9 on the season now.
Yeah, he's just got to catch Parker Jr. at 13.
Again, still behind Peyton Rolls with 12, who hasn't played for the Crawdads in weeks.
What a couple weeks that was for Peyton Rolls.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Dylan Perez in third with 11. As the infield will now creep in, everybody in trying to prevent a run. Ellis takes ball 4. And if you're Segovia, you can live with that. Very dangerous hitter in Ryan Ellis. Had a base open, but now that puts his... It doesn't get much better. It puts runners everywhere for Riley Winchell, a guy who can really handle the bat as well. And has obviously pop and kind of loves a fly ball, and that's all the Crawdads need to extend this to a 3-run lead.
You know, we talk about Joey Votto. Is it ridiculous to say that Ryan Ellis is the Joey Votto of the CCL? It's a guy that takes a bunch of walks, that will hit home runs when he needs to, but is so good with the bat, just in terms of bat control.
I think that's a great comp,
I like it, yeah.
personally. I like that a
Lefties.
lot.
Couple lefties.
Veteran guy that's not exactly known for his defense, but the bat is fantastic.
And Ellis, when he was healthy, he could really play defensively.
That and could steal a bunch of bags.
First pitch way high to Winchell, who scored a run himself. And a fielder's choice landed him on first. So he was able to get on first on a play that wiped out Ryan Ellis at second from first. But now he's got the bases loaded. Fielder's choice would result in a run. 1-0. Pitch pulled through the left side, base hit. 1 run scores. Coming around third from second is Woodson. Throw comes in from left late. Woodson scores standing up. 2 RBIs on a single for Riley Winchell.
That's a beautiful approach from Riley Winchell. Didn't try to do too much with the ball. He knows that he's a guy with a ton of pop, just went low, got that fastball that was really below his knees, able to lift it just on a line, squeaks it through the left side of the infield, pull side. Veteran, very veteran approach from Winchell right there. That's what I'd say the bottom line is on that at bat.
It'll warrant a meeting on the mound. We'll see if that's the day for Edwin Segovia, who's done some solid work, has retired and out here in the 5th. So 4 1/3 so far, but all the runs, the 3 runs in the 4th were unearned. This one, or the 2 in this inning so far earned. So those will go on his stat line, but think about 4 1/3 innings, 2 earned runs is a fairly solid outing, especially in the CCL. You see guys maybe stopping at 4 innings, point in the season where they might begin to go a little longer. That's still a tally that'll get your team a chance to win the game. But then you look at the unearned runs coming in too, and your team kind of maybe doesn't help you out in the field, and now all of a sudden goes from 2 earned runs to 5 total runs, and that's a big difference.
And the inning's not over. I mean, only 1 out, and when we talk about raw power, this guy's got eons of it.
Bryden Bowl tied for the CCL lead in homers, has 4 of them. It's kind of slowed down since a very hot start, though. Does have 1 in his last 4 games. It was at Alameda and Chabot College. Ellis on second, Winchell on first. Aggressive approach as always, goes after a high fastball. He really loves that first pitch going after it. But I think he knows that he's such a talented hitter that he can get behind a little bit and tempt a pitcher to throw in the zone.
Reminds me of another Crawdad from last year, Joey Donnelly. Loved swinging to the first pitch. Very talented outfielder with the bat.
0-1, taken down low.
Bull's also a guy that has kind of cut down on his strikeout rate as the season's gone on. Down under 20% with his power. That's more than acceptable.
All he's got to do, even with 85-mile-an-hour fastballs, just get the right launch angle on a ball. He's got so much raw power.
Ball on a strike, 1 down, 2 on. Next one in, off the hands, fouled back. And into this, again, expansive bowl-style seating. If we go back to the discussion on the Rose Bowl, Austin, last time you and I were there was not very fun.
Why did you even have to bring it up?
Oh, man.
Really bad. Really, really bad.
But here in Jackie Robinson Field, bowl bowl-style seating. Bryden Bull at the plate. He's behind 1-2 against the starter, Segovia. Next one hit high to right in the ballpark, ranging back righter. From third, tagging is Ellis. He'll take off, and the throw comes in, and he'll come back. And a good decision, that one. A real nice throw out and right. Hit the cutoff man perfectly. Ellis just kind of attempting a throw, make sure that it doesn't go errantly. But runners stay put regardless. 2 down now for Segovia, trying to get out of his 5th inning.
Would match a season long as well. There looks like there's some stirring going on in the Dad's bullpen. Can't quite get a read on who it is.
Martinez has gone 4 innings, gave up 1 run so far. See if his day is done. Kevin Parker Jr. now in. Takes ball 1 upstairs. Again, kind of readjusting to the starting lineup today. 0 for 2 so far. Strikeout. One ball, no strikes. Dylan Perez on deck. That one in the dirt, ball 2. So way ahead is Parker Jr. 2-0. Edwin Segovia, the starter, trying to get out of his 5th inning, as I've mentioned. 2 runs in this one so far. 3 runs in the last inning of the Crawdads up 5-1 on Arroyo Seco. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch taken for a strike. Parker didn't look too interested in swinging at that one, kind of taken all the way.
And traditionally, he's been really good ahead in counts with no strikes, especially. 11 walks on the season, very patient approach at the dish. Kevin Parker Jr. He's in the portal. He's going to be a fantastic add to pretty much any program he decides to go to next fall.
2-1 line, hard out to left, ranging over. Panarisi will make the catch. About belt high, had to lean down to grab that one. A sinking liner off the bat at 100 miles an hour, but not to be. So the 3rd out retired. 2 runs, though, in on the Riley Winchell 2 RBI single. Alessandro Martinez, 5th inning of work coming up. Already his longest outing of the year so far, just continuing to build on it. And he's been very excellent so far. Lost his, 14 2/3 innings without an earned run streak. And that broken last inning in the 4th. Was oh so close to tying a Crawdad record. And well, oh so close to beating it too, of course. But hey, I mean, get one started now. Enough time until the end of the season, maybe to get to that point again. So far, a 1/3 of an inning without an unearned run. He'll face 7, 8, and 9 of this Saints lineup. First pitch, a strike to Cannon King. Batting from the left side for the 2nd time. He was one of 2 strikeout victims of Alessandro Martinez so far. They go King, Ryder, and Shear. Lefty, righty, lefty. Slider breaks inside, ball one.
And he's talked a little bit about really liking starting games, going deeper into games. That the next out he records, or excuse me, the next batter he faces will match career high. He's already set his career high in pitches thrown. He threw 3 1/3 innings as his this season at CUI. So he's already passed that. It's one of the best outings of his young collegiate career. Got so much potential.
Behind the DH, King 2-1. Long pause from Martinez. He'll go into his windup. And a fastball just misses outside. Now 3-1 way behind, but man, it's all it's about here in summer ball. Just getting the extra reps you might not get during the spring, especially younger guys who might not play as much in their rosters. It's an absolute launch pad. A 3-1 now. Taken down low and in. Kenny King will be on first via the walk for 5 pitches. 4 of them balls.
We'll see how long the leash is now. His pitch count's still pretty low. That's
Yeah.
just pitch number 60 for Martinez today, which of course is a season long, but maybe he's kind of built up a little more than that.
I have to imagine they're going to at least try to let him ride out the bottom of this order for Arroyo Seco before going to the pen.
Big lead at first, stays home though, and a slider to Evan Ryder begins the at-bat, taken for a strike. Ryder's been smoking hot lately. Last 4 games, 8 for 17 with a homer, driven in 3. He has struck out 6 times though. Guy who can give you some power, give you some base hits, but can't get bit by the strikeout bug. A huge lead at first, and they have him picked off. Now down to second. It's successful. King picked off between first and second. Goes from Ronson to Woodson. They complete the putout.
That's just incredibly done on all ends of that play, except the base running, duh. And really good comms by the Crawdads infield. It was King who had a big lead and it kind of kept creeping up, and well, you saw what happened.
Count is 0-1. Martinez, another slider. This one swung through. Ryder, came up empty. Down 0-2 now. That's back-to-back. Might have been the changeup, actually. No balls, 2 strikes. Slider. Swung and missed. Winchell dropped and will head down to first with the putout. It goes 2-3 on the 3rd strikeout of the day for Martinez, but that was just disgusting.
Wow. What a pitch.
Just threw up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, I don't know how you're supposed to hit that as a hitter. Just outside, moves so much away from a right-handed hitter, like, you just kind of have no chance at it.
The 9-hitter Brody Shear due up. Manager Brent Cummings is out. Maybe the message here is, all right, this last guy lineup will flip over. Hasn't made the point to the bullpen yet.
Well, Martinez, as Coach Cummings was heading out, he had his hand up. He was waving no. Like, he wants to stay in this game,
Yep.
and that's exactly what he's going to do. I love this.
Yeah, that's an ace mentality right there.
Fighting for the final out, and again, might be Brent Cummings heading out telling him, all right, this is the 9-hitter, go get him. This is your guy. If you don't get him, we'll just hand it off to the next guy up. Might be Weston Thornbury. He was on the schedule as kind of the next guy, but we don't really have eyes on the bullpen over here.
This is exactly what you're looking for out of Martinez, especially with a guy you are going to want in the playoffs. You want a mentality like that.
Brody Shear stands in for the 2nd time, takes the ball in the dirt.
I asked him about it. I said, which of the pitchers do you think wants to win most? And he immediately said, it's me. That's awesome.
Yeah.
1-0, Shear takes strike 1. Had his first hit of the season in his 2nd at-bat this summer. Last at-bat. He's even with Martinez 1-1, looking to get through his 5th inning for the first time all year. That one in the dirt.
The first time in his collegiate career. He's a
Yeah.
guy that really wants more innings. He told me he got a little bit banged up in the middle of the season, a stretch where he really expected to be throwing a lot of innings. Stunted him a little bit.
Behind 2-1 on the 9-hitter, center fielder Shear. Slider just drops below the knees for a ball. So 3-1 now behind the 9-hitter Shear. again, might be the last of the day for Martinez. We'll see if he loses him, if Brent Cummings will let him face the leadoff man, Jacob Freer, on deck. 3-1. 3-1 slider on the back door. Beautiful pitch, 3-2. That's not what you're expecting when you're up 3-1 as a batter. How's a top-tier slider instead of a fastball you're expecting? So now 3-2. Shook the first sign from Winchell, now gets one he's happy with for the payoff. And it's a slider tapped right back to Martinez. He'll walk over to first, toss it to Ronson, and exit after 5 excellent innings of work. He gets his guy, the 9-hitter Shear. 5 innings of 1-run ball are complete for Alessandro Martinez. Walnut Creek offense been hot. Coming back up here in the 6th. New arm in for Arroyo Seco, taking over for Edwin Segovia. Went 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, only 2 were earned, 2 strikeouts to 1 walk. But it's Daniel Vergara on for the 3rd time this summer. He's gone 6 total innings over 2 outings so far. Hasn't allowed a run yet, but just 1 strikeout. So you're going to see the ball in play quite a bit. Opposing batter shooting 200 off of him. And this is a guy who hasn't played during the collegiate regular season in spring since 2024. But in 2 years at Glendale, he was pretty solid. ERA at 4.50 and 34 innings of work over 2 seasons. But the thing that's remained pretty consistent is, again, kind of the low strikeout numbers. 26 in those 34 innings. So now he'll face Dylan Perez, who had a nice stroke for a 2-run double last time. 91 miles an hour off the bat. Shot it down the left field line and kept it fair. He sees the first pitch of the day from Vergara. Goes the other way again. This time popped way up into left. And Panarese is there, settled under it, hardly having to move. First pitch of the day for Vergara, a successful one. Perez goes down.
Yeah, after not the most successful day from Segovia, the starter. 1 pitch, 1 out. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Barrett Ronson's been swinging it well today at a double. His first time up. And now with 1 down, nobody on. Vergara deals to Ronson. He goes after the first one too, and it's swung through. Some glove side cut on that one. Had Ronson out in front. No balls, a strike, 1 down. The top of the 6th, Ronson taps this one on a slow chop to first, and late going to take it himself to the bag. There's quickly 2 down through 3 pitches. Now Lucas Carlisle in charge of not only extending this inning, just maybe taking a few pitches. 3 pitches, 2 outs for Vergara coming in from the bullpen for a Crawdad offense that's been hot. 3 runs in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. Only 1 for Arroyo Seco in the 4th, so 5-1 the Crawdads lead as it stands. Carlisle, who's 0 for 2 today, takes ball 1. We're here to see Carlisle go 2 straight plate appearances without even getting on base, regardless of whether it's a hit or not. He's done such an excellent job of taking a walk, depositing base hits up the middle the other way. Now ahead 1-0 on Vergara. And he'll pop this one up behind short into shallow left now. Going out the shortstop Freer, but calling him off is Panarisi in left, and he'll squeeze it for out number 3. 5-pitch inning for Vergara. Can't do much better than that. Crawdads go incredibly silently in the top of the 6th. They still lead 5-1. Alessandro Martinez, after 5 innings, is out of this game. Take a look at his final line. Just 1 earned run on 3 strikeouts. Gave up 4 hits, 3 walks, as well as the 3 strikeouts. But he was excellent when it felt like you needed a big pitch from him. He delivered, and now he hands the ball off to Weston Thornbury as Brant Cummings and the Crawdads make a call to the bullpen. One of the guys who has been kind of one of their most reliable out of the pen, has not pitched since June 30th, so has plenty of time to think about what he wants to attack his next outing with. But he's a guy who can give you a couple of innings. Did so last time, has done so most of his outings this season, but it's more high-powered stuff from a guy who's just been excellent so far and has started the game as well.
Yeah, he has really good feel for the zone. The fastball tops out at up to 93 miles an hour. He's going to throw gas right past these Arroyo Seco hitters today.
I think the one thing you really want to see from him a little more is just get some more whiffs. He's got the fastball, he's got the sweeper. Those are 2 really good pitches, or the slider, I should say. And then he kind of has started to mix in a cutter. It was a new pitch that he worked in that one start that he had. He went 3 innings in that game, but it's what you call a bridge pitch. It will play in between the 2 other pitches and makes each look a little bit nastier, even if it's not the greatest pitch by itself. That's the one to keep your eye out for.
Looks like a new catcher in the game, too, for the Crawdads. I believe Andrew Longacre. His first pitch to the leadoff man. Freer taken for a strike. 1-2-3, top third. Due up for Arroyo Seco. I went with the full government name, Andrew Longacre.
Yeah, man.
Drew Longacre, as we know him here.
Well,
1 outside.
Well, Charlie and I yesterday, we locked up our assistant GM and GM of the Year awards with our lineup construction. Yesterday's 15-4 victory. Coach Cummings told us that now that the Crawdads have 4 catchers, they're probably going to split time pretty evenly, and that could mean guys going half a game.
1-1 from Thornbury, tipped in and out of the glove of Longacre.
Yeah, and he said specifically, I mean, there's no reason for him not to play 2 catchers every game, split the game in half, keep everybody really fresh come playoff time. And, to his credit, there's also reasons offensively and defensively for each of those guys to be in there. All 4 catchers for Walnut Creek can swing the bat really well. They all have good arms and plus defense behind the plate, so it's really a win-win scenario.
Jacob Freer, 1 for his last 12, including today. That one spiked in the dirt and might have gotten a piece of Freer, and it certainly did. He'll take his base to first. So Thornbury a bit wild to start, loses Freer in a 2-strike count. So he'll be on first to lead things off. Still doesn't help the 1 for 12 streak, remains at that, but gets on base anyways. And guy has still been getting on base. 389 on base coming into today. Now it's Braden Flores in for the 3rd time, though he's only logged 1 at bat. Single scored has been on both times. Now with the runner on first ahead of him for the first time today. First pitch to the switch hitter, batting left, taken just outside for a ball. Longacre wanted it. Kind of hesitated his throw back to the mound because he thought it was there.
Good spot.
Yeah.
Right where you want it on the back door.
88 miles an hour from Thornbury. He'll kind of live in those upper 8s. Get to those low 90s. Behind 1-0. Fastball there. That time reaches the outside part of the zone. Called for a strike. And almost the same spot.
Yeah, that one though, if our data analytics intern, Boston Nahigian, was behind the plate tapping his head, he would get no complaints on that call. That was right there, according to the Crawdad ABS.
1-1 bounced in the dirt. I like that BS.
That could be taken maybe in a different way.
There's no BS in this system, though.
Right.
That abbreviation.
Also, he wouldn't be tapping his head on a called strike for the Crawdads, I would hope.
Can we do like Crabies and do kind of in terms of like the crawfish or crayfish debacle?
Right.
Well, CBS is already taken.
2-1 fastball at the knees for a strike. But, I mean, Crawdads and crayfish, different things.
Technically the same thing.
Really?
Pretty sure.
I don't know. I have not looked into this enough. And I just lost the GM of the Year award because of it. Someone at the league is...
You don't know your own mascot.
He's got eyes on me. The nickname, technically.
Nickname. 2-2. Lined into left for a base hit over the leap of TJ Woodson. That was corked the other way. Nice contact for Flores. He'll be on for the 3rd time today, his 2nd hit. Swinging a hot bat.
That's another thing I didn't know. The difference between the mascot and the nickname. Like, it doesn't feel right to say that the Crawdads or the Sun Devils or the Ducks or the national championship-less team is a nickname. That feels like it should just be the mascot,
Yes, but I actually understand it because you look at it from like a team like Indiana, the Hoosiers.
Right.
That
That is a
feels-
nickname.
Yeah, that's a nickname.
Right.
It feels more right.
Yeah, and they have, what's their mascot, right?
What even is a Hoosier?
They've got a new mascot, I think, this year.
National champions is what they are.
Yeah. That's a strike. Should be called a strike.
Well, no, it's not. It's a ball. Zach Late. In for his 3rd time. He's ahead 1-0. That one definitely could have been called on the inner corner of the plate there. But now Thornbury has to work back. Gets a fastball by Late. He was late on that one.
Thornbury has such an awkward, unique arm angle. It doesn't look the most deceptive because of how... I should say it doesn't look the most difficult because of how easygoing he is on the mound, but it's so deceptive. It's a really high 3/4, almost sidearm release.
Tough to pick up on, even the fastballs. 1-1 inside for a ball. Also, you're right. So crawfish, crawdads, crayfish, all the same thing.
Wow, who would have thought?
Kind of
Wow.
depends on where
It's
you
that Sun
grew up,
Devil
I'm
education.
seeing.
#1 in innovation.
Yeah.
Harvard of the West, some would call it.
Right.
Uh-huh.
That's why I'm on scholarship, bud.
2-1 fouled back. One of the teams in the CCL plays by the Harvard of the West, and it's not Arroyo Seco.
And that team doesn't even really... Well, no, they do play close to Stanford.
Yeah, they do.
They used to not. That team used to be in in San Mateo.
Yes.
A Stanford grad just walked in the building here. My brother Will.
Will himself.
There he is.
Look at that.
Looks a lot like Jack.
Speak of the Cardinal, and they will come, I guess.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Late awaiting, gets a breaking ball and just buckled him entirely. He takes strike 3 on the back door. Great time for Thornbury to break that one off. First out of the inning after the first 2 reach base.
Taking a little bit of a page out of Alessandro Martinez's book with the wraparound slider. Righty on lefty, use it to your advantage.
So now it's Panarisi in. The righty has 2 guys on base. It's Freer on second. Flores on first. Takes the ball down low. I'm really trying my best here with my lineup that I thought was going to be in for the Saints, and then the names that actually happened to be in those places for them. As we mentioned, we got the lineups, 2 hours before the game, and then
More than that.
yeah, even more, but changed. 1-0 from Thornbury, pulled outside. I have to admit it, a slight bit concerned when that was the case, because it's almost too luxurious.
Right,
Too much time
right.
Something's got to go wrong.
But also, guys, I keep telling you, the erasable pens, man.
Yeah, you're right.
Can't do it. I just have too many colors.
I think
They come in all sorts of colors.
I can't do it. I need my Pilot G2.
I'm with you. I like the Pilots. 2-0. Fastball swung and missed.
You guys are just too emotionally invested in
Yeah, we
inadequate
really
tools
are.
for the job.
It's the case. It's an us problem.
Yeah.
Well.
I'll never forget when Harry pulled up to our first game that we called together with the exact same set of pens, the exact same pen case, and the exact same scorebook. And now he's grown a little bit.
2-1 down low from Weston Thornbury, cracking 90 on the gun there, though. Trying to wheel it into the zone a bit. 3-1. Have a potential challenge pitch with Panarisi awaiting. Crawdads do have a cushion, though. One swing could make it a 1-run ball game with 2 runners out there and 1 man out. Next pitch, pulled outside, ball 4. Panarisi works the walk, and the bases are now loaded.
Not something you see a ton with Weston Thornbury is control issues. Obviously, that is only his first walk of the day, but he also has hit a batter. Now he just needs to be in the strike zone.
He also hasn't pitched in quite a while.
Yeah.
June 30th against the Stompers, his last outing, he went 2 innings. So I think prime opportunity for a mound visit. Probably talk about either sort of an approach issue or maybe there's a mechanical flaw going on right now. Nonetheless, Crawdad is going to try and sort it out here.
Sometimes, yeah, it can be tough to kind of get yourself up for a game after really not pitching for a while. Hard to stay in rhythm. But what I've seen whenever I'm kind of around the dugout, guys who aren't even pitching on a given day, maybe not even in the next 2 or 3 days, are still going through their stretching routines and keeping the body ready. And I mean, while being a pitcher may seem like a 1 time a week kind of thing, it's 5, 6, 7 days of work a week. Usually time for 1 or 2 days off just to rest the body. But especially for starters who are kind of on more of a schedule, they still got to keep it loose. Now Thornbury has kind of had the rhythm maybe thrown off after having a start after only relief outings. Now back to the bullpen, has bases loaded, 1 out. His first pitch, a fastball painted nicely for a strike to Sean Asperger. 1 for 1, 1 for 1, has reached base both times. A single and a walk in the 2nd and 4th. Now in the 6th inning, trying to scratch across a few more runs for the Saints as they're chasing 4. 1 swing could tie it. Hits it high to right. It will be in the ballpark. Perez and Bull converging. It'll be Bull to call it. Tagging at third now is the runner. Throw comes in, cut off, headed towards third. So the run comes in to score. Sac fly for Sean Asperger. He drives in the 2nd run of the day for Arroyo Seco. Makes it 5-2. That was Jacob Freer scoring from third. Led off the inning with a hit by pitch.
That's the first run that Thornbury has allowed out of the bullpen this season. All 2 of his earned runs came in that 1 start. But I'm not going to say it's a so what run, right? It's still a close ball game, but definitely one that you're okay giving up and trading it for an out there.
Especially if it's the only one you give up out of that situation. Bases loaded, 1 out, up 4, a chance to still have a 3-run lead now with 2 down. As his first pitch pulled outside to Cam Andrews, the catcher today, backstop, batting 6th. 273 hitter entering today. He's not helped that today. Double play and a pop out. Double play, a big one that ended the second. 1-0 is in there from Thornbury, strike one. Saw a big mix of fastballs, sliders to start at bats for Martinez, the starter for Walnut Creek, but pretty much exclusively the fastball from Thornbury. He's got a 1-1, and that one outside. Fastball again, just released a bit too late. So 2 balls and a strike to Cam Andrews.
Andrews guy hasn't hit a home run this season, but he's got kind of that good build. A little similar to Drew Longacre, the Crawdad catcher right now. I mean, they're right next to each other. They kind of look like carbon copies of each other. And it feels like a guy that, especially if he gets the ball in the air to the pull side, can do a little damage.
Yeah, they're almost identical in height up there. But ahead now is Andrews, 2-1. He hits this one way up on the infield. In from third, it's going to be Parker Jr. making the call. He's got the best look at it. Battling the shadows a bit, he's got no problem. So Thornbury does walk the bases loaded, but he gets out of it with just 1 run allowed. Nice job to settle in after a tough start. 5-2 Crawdads lead, 7-8-9 will be Austin Oda on play-by-play.
Top half of the 7th inning, final third of this ball game here in beautiful Pasadena. Austin Oda, Charlie Limoncelli to my right, Harry Setrakian to my left. And today's player of the game will be and is brought to you by Worth Group Restaurants, a local collection of East Bay restaurants owned and operated by Rodney Worth. Includes the Peasant and the Pear in Danville, the Bourbon Pear in Livermore, and the Golden Pear in Walnut Creek. Worth Group Restaurants, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Snap the paper, as Carson Mercier and I would say, quoting him for the 2nd time today because, well, he deserves it, I guess.
I guess. He went to the Cape.
He's on the Cape. He got to call with J.J. Moran today.
Yes, that was awesome.
The J.J. Moran.
Big fan. He's got power.
Yeah.
For days.
Well, and I'm calling with Charlie Limoncelli and Harrison Setrakian and Jack Brooks as well. And Alex Swift.
There he is.
He's not too far from us. Hi, Swifty.
I will say it's 374 to the line here and left. J.J. Moran could absolutely take that on.
Daniel Pulasic will, well, maybe not try to take on 374, but he'll lead off the 7th inning. 5-2 Walnut Creek leads. It's still Daniel Vergara on the bump. Pulasic, Woodson, Ellis, top of the order. Crawdads have seen Arroyo Seco pitching 3 times through. Vergara facing the top of the order, low set, first pitch. Vergara to Pulasic in a 5-2 game. Pulasic takes a strike. Right on the outside with the fastball, 0-1. Danny Palasic 1 for 3 today. Singled, scored a run in a 3-run 5th inning, capped off by a 2-run knock from Riley Winchell, who's no longer in the game. So it'll be a Palasic, Woodson, Ellis, and Drew Longacre, the new catcher. Looking to add on to a 3-run lead. This Arroyo Seco team, one that can really hit it, as Palasic squibs one foul over the mitt of the catcher, Cam Andrews, 0-2.
There's a good verb, squibs, like that.
It was, I was going to say it was squubbed, but I don't think that's the right way to say the past
Squibs,
tense
right?
of
Yeah.
squib. Squibbed?
Like a squib kick in football.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we saw a couple of those at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Unintentionally, maybe, from the Oregon side.
Vergara ahead 0-2, looking for strikeout number 1 after a 1-2-3 6th inning. Here it comes, and it's up and away with the fastball. Close, no cigar. The count goes to 1-2. Crawdads 3 in the 4th, and, well, if you guessed that was the inning that Harry took over on play-by-play, you'd be right.
It's just been going that way. The Crawdads have somehow turned it up when I'm on the play-by-play.
1-2 from Vergara. Palasic slaps one back to the screen. We'll do it again.
I suppose in a way it's karma for me being able to call the full season, Harry. You had to wait
Right.
2 weeks to actually get here, so
It should be
You're
the opposite.
Catching me up, right?
I agree with you, Austin.
It should be the opposite.
Nonetheless, here we are.
It's kind of bizarre. I mean, I don't take credit for it. I think the only thing I take credit for is I parked in the same exact spot during the entire 13-game winning streak. That's the only contribution I'll say I maybe helped with.
Ball and 2 strikes again. Palasic takes down low and away with the changeup. Count evens up at 2 apiece. Palasic now 5 of 14 with 5 walks over his last 4 games, including today. Doesn't really strike out. Will put up a good at bat almost every time. True table setter. On a 2-2 pitch from Daniel Vergara. Palasic takes on the outside corner, called strike 3. And that, my friends, is what we call broadcaster's jinx.
Yes, it is.
And just nothing you can do with that one. I mean, that's just a beautiful pitch. Spotted it on that outside corner, low and away. Hard to convince yourself to swing at that one as a hitter. It's a low percentage pitch. It's always a tough feeling, but he's got to flush it. Nothing you can do about it, really.
Jack Brooks calling for a double here from Woodson. See if that happens.
He's a guy that's hit his fair share this season, 12 of them overall, and he drives this one to left. Panorisi, the left fielder, back in front of the warning track. He makes the catch. That one almost looked like it was in off the fists of TJ Woodson. Hit it pretty well, but almost looked like he didn't even get all of it, and that speaks to his strength.
Yeah, you really got a piece of it. I mean, that might be up and out at Monte Vista,
Oh, yeah, that's gone at Monte Vista.
or at least up off the wall. The wall's a little higher there, but obviously much closer in. But, geez, he got that one.
Almost the exact same swing as his walk-off home run against San Francisco. Here's Ryan Ellis, 0 for 2, a walk. He reached on an error. Righty Vergara to the lefty Ellis, and the first pitch. Vergara hunts back-to-back 1-2-3 innings, and Ryan Ellis, the Crawdad DH, takes low ball 1. So 3 in the 4th. 1 came home on the error hit off the bat of Ryan Ellis. Then 2 on a 2-run double from Dylan Perez. 2 on a 2-run single from Riley Winchell then in the 5th. Ball and no strikes. Ellis takes down and in. Ball 2. Ellis playing in front of a big section of Ellis's, L-I. Or their counterparts. The Ellis family tree is kind of all right in front of us. It looked like there were about, I don't know, I want to say 10 to 15 earlier. It's a group that's thinned out and kind of dispersed around Jackie Robinson Field a little bit today, but so cool to see. 2-0. Ellis takes up 3-0.
First time that he's had really family members in the stands for any of his games as a Crawdad.
I was just going to say, I can't really remember in 4 years working with Ryan Ellis ever seeing his family here, but it's awesome to see, and obviously he's maybe meant more to this franchise than any other player. A 3-0, and he takes ball 4. Well, he came into today with a near 25% walk rate, which is just ridiculous. And that will jump up today after walking twice out of 4 tries, at least, with still maybe another at-bat to go.
It's very impressive. Ellis is just, I mean, he's the best hitter on the Walnut Creek roster, straight up. But he does it in so many different ways, including the discipline, which is unparalleled.
He's got, obviously, it's not the biggest strike zone, but it's also up to him to kind of take control of that. And that's exactly what he does. Here's Drew Longacre for the first time today, having a really strong summer, and he takes off the inside for ball one. And that's, look, I've made my jab to Ryan Ellis in the past, and that's all out of love as, you know, a fellow 5'7" person.
I was going to say, was that your approach when you were playing baseball?
No, I was a big swing early, swing often guy.
Yeah.
You know, the heart of Ryan Ellis with the approach of Bryden Bull, and the talent of neither. And yeah, that wasn't even a job. It's just the truth. It's a more difficult zone to pitch to, and he takes advantage of it. Longacre having a really strong summer. His time is called now at the dish. No pitch clock. That was almost a motion from the home plate umpire, like a pitch clock violation in the college level, or of course in the MLB level. Longacre ahead of the count 1-0 with Ellis on first, and Vergara kind of just moseys a throw over to first.
Speaking of the pitch clock, something that could be coming to the CCL in the next year or two.
Pitch clock good for baseball.
It is good for baseball.
Just in general.
On a 1-0 pitch to Longacre. He takes a fastball that dives off the inside edge. 2-0.
I will say, to the credit of many CCL pitchers, though, they do tend to continue to work quickly. I mean, I think every collegiate level has the pitch clock instituted now, and so it's just kind of more natural to them now.
Ryan Ellis on first, 2 down, the 2-0. And Longacre watches a off-speed pitch that floats to the top of the zone. Count now goes to 2-1. 5-2, Walnut Creek leads on a beautiful night at an equally gorgeous Jackie Robinson Field, just about 100 feet away from seeing the Rose Bowl. Vergara tosses over to first. Ellis, just one stolen bag this season, not going anywhere. Vergara behind the count, and the 2-1. Coming to the Crawdad catcher, Longacre. He'll watch a fastball right on the outside half of the plate. Count goes to 2-2. Starter Segovia lasted 5 innings, allowed 7 hits, 5 runs, but only 2 of them were earned. A walk, 2 strikeouts. Now, Vergara set down the first 5 he faced before the 4-pitch walk to Ryan Ellis. Looks back, and the 2-2 to Longacre. He'll push one in the air to medium deep right center for Evan Reiter, the right fielder, who makes the catch to end the inning. Crawdads go down 1, 2, 3, 4. And we go to the bottom of the 7th after we stretch. Weston Thornberry back out looking to protect a 3-run Crawdad lead. A 5-2 ball game as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Crawdads on their 3rd pitcher of the day. It's not Weston Thornberry, as I said, going into the bottom of the 7th. It's Carlos Hernandez, the Livermore, California native and Chabot College product, in for his 10th time overall this summer, his 9th in conference play, and he's been just exceptional.
Yeah.
It's a 5.65 ERA overall, but you look just in the conference slate and kind of wipe out that first clearing up the cobwebs, whatever you want to call it, outing. That ERA at just 2.45 in the conference slate. He has been unbelievable. Really just a trusted option for the Crawdads out of the bullpen, in a bullpen with a plethora of them.
Absolutely. He's just a strike thrower, like a ton of guys are in Walnut Creek's stable of fantastic pitchers. Hernandez just locates everything really well, plays off the fastball, both the off-speed pitches do. He's just tough to get on base against.
I will say, I don't blame you for maybe assuming Thornberry coming back out. 5 out of his 7 outings have gone beyond an inning. But first one in 8 days just goes 1.
A little bit longer of an outing also for
Yeah.
Weston Thornberry, even in that just 1 inning. Carlos Hernandez works exclusively from the stretch and heaves a first pitch heater right on the outside. Top shelf, strike 1.
And he'll throw it all ways at you. 4-seam, he'll 2-seam it, he'll cut it. Change up slider too. He's got a deep bag of pitches.
No balls and a strike to Cannon King, and he'll take a breaking ball down low. That splits the count, a ball and a strike. Carlos Hernandez has a save this season that came against Menlo Park on the road in a 3-1 victory. He struck out a pair in what ended up being one of 17, or 2 of 17, as this one slapped up the middle off the second base bag and past the dive to TJ Woodson's left. It's a base hit for Cannon King, his first of the day. He's on for the 2nd time, and well, just like that, for the 3rd, now the 4th straight inning, Arroyo Seco has its leadoff base runner on.
Well, it's amounted to runs in 2 of them. The even ones so far, 4th and 6th, though the 5th did not come around to score. So, hey, if you trust patterns, maybe you think if you're the Crawdads, you'll end up with a 0 in this one, but yeah, it's a good trend for the Saints. We saw how important leadoff runners were yesterday when the Crawdads just kept pouring on runs on top of Menlo Park.
Here's Evan Ryder, who swings and misses at a first pitch fastball. It almost looked like Hernandez tripped on the rubber, but it's 0-1. And Ryder came into today hitting .373, but he did so with a strikeout rate of almost 30%. A batting average on balls in play of over 500. Just kind of something that screams a little bit of luck. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not taken away his production to this point, but I mean, he's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop out today, and just has kind of looked off balance a little bit. Came into today hitting .373 overall, home run he'd driven in 15, but he done so with just 1 walk to 20 strikeouts. Hernandez throws over to first, kind of a sidewinding slingshot motion over to Barrett Ronson. The Arroyo Seco dugout, maybe mocking him a little bit.
Perhaps a little bit.
Wonder if we'll get, sorry, pitch coming.
0-1, up and away, Longacre reaches up and to his right to backhand it.
I was going to say, I wonder if we'll also get maybe the disengagement rule.
Yeah.
The CCL. That one not instituted at the college level during spring, so I kind of doubt it. It's also the one that I don't like as much.
You were telling me as much when we were playing MLB The Show last night.
That's right.
1-1, slider down and away.
Listen, it does really streamline games, and I think at the college level you'll see guys pick over sometimes 5 times in a row, and it does get excessive, but just the ruling of it at the major league level is just kind of awkward.
Cannon King on first. He's 2 of 4 stealing bases this season, but was picked off back in the 5th. He's got a big lead here and a bouncer to short. Woodson backs up on it. Goes to second, 1. The turn from Carlisle, the first, it's just a little bit late as Ryder was hustling down the first base line. And a nice play by TJ Woodson just to back up on that ball and deliver a strike to second from that short distance.
I was going to say, it's a tougher play than it may look. Kind of the high hop came off the bat decently hot, so he had to take a bit of a drop step, but when you get a high hop like that, you want to play either the high hop on the first hop or the very short pick hop on the second hop after the long one. But since it's hit hard, again, the initial instinct is a step back, but Woodson had to kind of come back into it, still keep his wits about him and make a solid feed to second, which he did, got the lead runner.
Little toss over to first from Hernandez. Ryder on first was maybe a half step off the bag. They just had to turn and walk back to first. Brody Shear, the center fielder, 1 for 2 today. He made his debut the other day, went 0 for 1 coming off the bench. And the first pitch fastball goes off the outside edge. Ball 1. 5-2 Walnut Creek leads. Bottom half of the 7th inning. Crawdads scored each of their 5 runs in the 4th and 5th frames, while Arroyo Seco scored its 2 runs, 1 each, in the 4th and 6th, and a liner over the head of the shortstop Woodson. That will get down in left center field. Cutting it off is Pulasic, going first to third. Here's the throw now back to second, and it's late as Ryder moved first to third. Shear, a heads-up play, he gets into second with a double, and just like that, Arroyo Seco in business here in the bottom of the 7th.
I love that. Out of the box, just knowing you're set on 2. You see it sort of split the gap. It did get cut off, of course, before the wall, but deep enough for Shear to leg it out for the hustle double. I talked about the hustle double earlier when the runner Flores advanced from first to third on a ball in play. It was kind of a hustle 2-base advancement, but that time the hustle double to perfection. Now one swing makes it a 1-run game, a base hit. One swing could tie it too.
Crawdad middle is back, corners are in for Jacob Freer, who takes a back foot breaking ball. Ball 1. And, well, you talk about one big swing. Freer does not have a home run yet this summer, but he's got power. He had 8 of them this spring at Azusa Pacific. And one big swing could even tie this game. On a 1-0, he takes a bit up high with an 88-mile-an-hour fastball from Carlos Hernandez, 2-0. Kevin Parker Jr. over from his spot at third will go talk to the young righty. Didn't throw a ton this spring at Chabot. It was a really good Chabot team that made the 3C2A regional. So he's getting his wings a little bit here in summer ball. He's behind in the count 2-0 and delivers ball 3 up high with another fastball.
Kind of unusual from Hernandez. Hasn't been in the zone, and when he has been, it's gotten hit pretty hard. So usually a guy who will fill up the zone. And again, a lot of different types of movements, even on the fastball. So pitches you'd think he'd have a bit more command on.
On 3-0, and it's nowhere close. Down and away, ball 4. So the first walk for Hernandez, and we'll see. It'll bring up Braden Flores, who's maybe the best hitter on this Arroyo Seco team. We're going to get a mound visit.
Yeah, really precarious situation. Obviously, you had first base open, so a walk to Freer isn't the worst thing in the world, but now you really need to turn a ground ball double play here.
Crawdads had 12 coming into the game yesterday, turned 3 yesterday, turned 3 more today. And so, you look at it, they've turned now a third of their season's double plays in a 2-game sample. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous if you think about it.
And they didn't have any for a long stretch of games. I kept looking at my scorebook and I was like, oh, they're still stuck at 12. I'll get you the number of that in a moment, but it was, he said, I think 4 or 5 games at the very least.
Here's Braden Flores. Flores, another very productive day for the man who came in hitting .333 with a pair of homers. He's 2 for 2. He's reached base all 3 times, and he scored a run. He represents the potential go-ahead run for Arroyo Seco here in the bottom of the 7th. Hernandez with the bases loaded, and the corner's back as it misses down and away on a fastball, and Hernandez just having trouble locating right now.
So 6 straight games it went without a double play now. 6 in the last 2 games. 3 in each. Of course, this one's still in progress, but it just shows that it can help. I mean, a pitching staff, twin killing, always so huge.
Third baseman Kevin Parker Jr. in on the cut of the grass. The rest of the infield back and shifted towards the right side. On a 1-0, Flores watches just a bit high. 2-0. Well, this is the danger zone. Now 6 straight balls after the hard hit double from Shear. Ryder on third, Shearer on second, Freer on first, and a 2-0 fastball misses low. And the count goes to 3-0, and Hernandez right now can't buy a strike. He's missed on 7 straight out of the zone. 5-2, Walnut Creek leads bottom of the 7th inning. Easily the greatest scoring chance of the day for the Saints. And the 3-0, and it's up and away ball 4, and, well, we've got a 2-run game.
Confidence in the approach now from Arroyo Seco. You're saying you're going to take until he throws you a strike. I mean, if he keeps giving you runs, you'll take it. And as well as that, well, that's going to be the end of the day. Second meeting on the mound coming out. So Brant Cummings is going to try and nip it in the bud. But not the Carlos Hernandez we've seen really as of late.
Yields apart, just 1 out on the board, a run in, and the base is still loaded. 5-3 now, the Crawdads lead by just 2. The potential go-ahead run on base and a new pitcher coming in when we come back here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Bottom of the 7th inning, already a run home, and the base is loaded as the Crawdads counter Zach Light with a really strong arm of their own. Miles Brand comes into the game for his 11th time overall. He's 2-0 with a 1.59 ERA. Over his last 6 outings, he's been just incredible. Tied for 3rd in the CCL in appearances during league play. And, well, right now, the man in red will be tasked with becoming the fireman. Bases loaded, just 1 out. Brand's first offering. Misses high and tight. Ball 1.
Just got to keep it on the ground here if you're Miles Brand. Try to get a ground ball double play, get out of the inning with the bases still loaded.
Zach Late grounded into a double play his first time up today, and he's ahead in the count 1-0, and he'll slap this one down the left field line. That'll hook foul, a ball and a strike. Late also singled in the 4th, struck out looking in the 6th against Weston Thornberry, the only man he struck out. Carlos Hernandez responsible for the bases being full. Defense with a pretty severe shift over towards the right side. Big hole on the left side of the infield. Bases full. On a 1-1. Late drives it to left center. That's gonna be damage. It'll two-hop the wall. Coming up to score is Shear. Right behind him, Freer. Flores, the 3rd runner. That'll clear the bases. And Arroyo Seco's turned this game around. It's 6-5.
The approach the other way all day long for Arroyo Seco's lefties has been it's been working to perfection. I mean, they've been working that backside gap all game long. That one probably the hardest hit. Finally was able to get it past Pulasic and left and Bull in center from cutting it off. That one got all the way to the wall, and it just felt like a matter of time before one of them caused big damage, and it's that one.
That'll close the line for
Yep.
Carlos Hernandez. Well, not his day. Here's Carson Panarisi, the left fielder. Now a chance for some insurance against Miles Brand. Now with the runner on second and one out. Brand heaves in a fastball, kind of right down Broadway for strike one. We talked about Hernandez as a strike thrower, and that had been his game this summer. Just escaped him late as he threw 8 straight balls to Freer and Flores. With late on second and one out, Brand's 0-1 pitch. On the ground on a hop to second for Carlisle. To his left, he'll lob it over to first as Late moves up third, but the second out of the inning.
What I love to watch about Carlisle at second is, and in the infield at any position, is it's exactly what they tell you to do. They being coaches on the infield, let your glove kind of be your anchor. He does a great job of leading with the glove every single way he goes, whether it's to the backhand, forehand, in or back. Beautiful drop step there, but the glove goes there first, and he presents it early to the ball, gets out in front of it to avoid any kind of tough hops. It makes a smooth play over to first. He is such a brilliant glove.
Third baseman Sean Asperger, a very productive day. And he takes a hitter off the inside, ball one. Asperger singled back in the second, walked in the fourth, hit a sac fly in the sixth. He's 1 for 1 officially with an RBI. And a base hit here would extend a 1-run Arroyo Seco lead to 2. Brand's 1-0 is up high with the fastball and outside 2-0. Brand just 1 walk this summer in conference play. He's just been exceptional.
All-star snub.
Very much so.
Him, Martinez, Thornberry, who we've all seen today. Kind of pencil all those guys in as potential snubs. Asperger rolls the 2-0 foul down the right field line, 2-1. Inning started with a base hit from Cannon King, then Cam Andrews reached on a fielder's choice. But a sheer double to the left center field gap, then back-to-back walks brought home a run, and the 3-run double from Zach Late, who waits on third after the groundout of Carson Panarisi. Miles Brand on a 2-1 to Sean Asperger. And he rides one down the right field line that'll hook into the Crawdads bullpen and even the count at 2. Well, if you can get out of this inning with just a 1-run deficit, it's not beautiful with 4 on the board already, but of course it's better than whatever the alternative would be at this point. Crawdads have 5, 6, and 7 due up in the top of the 8th. Right now they trail by a run. Brand looking to keep it there with a runner on third and a 2-2. And it's just a little bit wide to fill the count up, 3-2.
Yeah, almost out there. You can kind of tell when the catcher has to turn the glove out to receive it that may be off the outside. The Longacre still trying to frame it. Maybe could have gotten the call. He set up a little wider out there, but not on him by any means.
A full count pitch. Here it comes to Asperger. Called strike 3 at the knees. It was a late call, and everyone thought the call was going in their favor. Asperger had taken his shin guard off. Longacre had pump faked back to the dugout, had to go back into his squat to make sure it was called strike 3, but ring him up to end the inning at long last. Brand, well, he inherited 3 on, and all 3 come home to score, but that was all set up by the damage done before him. 6-5 Saints lead. Crawdads will have to play from behind here from Arroyo Seco. Crawdads have given up 5 unanswered runs to go into the final 2 innings of this game, trailing 6-5. Now the third pitcher of the day for Arroyo Seco will come in. It's Andrew Miller from Azusa Pacific originally. He was the closer for Azusa Pacific APU, just east of here in Pasadena. Had 6 saves this spring for APU, and he'll face Bull, Parker Jr., Perez. All of a sudden, the Dads trail by 1.
Just got to respond. They've been playing excellently from behind as of late. In the midst of the 13-game win streak that ended just a couple games ago. They had several come from behind wins, though all of them coming kind of earlier. Went down first or second innings now, having to do it with just 6 outs left.
Bull 1 for 3 today. And he's gone after the first pitch all 3 times. Miller, the 6'7" right-hander. 6-5 now. The Dads trail by 1. And the first pitch to Bryden Bull is up and away. An 89-mile-an-hour fastball from Miller. Ball 1. Miller did save 6 games for APU this spring, but he did so with an ERA over 10. High strikeout, high walk. Ball and no strikes. Bull slaps one down the left field line. A good-looking swing at a 90-mile-an-hour fastball that Bull was a little bit tardy on. The count goes to 1-1.
He really wants to extend that bat. Ride one out through the zone. That one up and in, so tough to extend on that.
From the windup, a 1-1 pitch misses up and away. Another fastball. We've seen 3 from the right-hander Miller.
Bat from Bull goes 35 inches. Cam Taylor and Drew Longacre were swinging him before the game, just kind of marveling at that.
Ahead in the count 2-1. Bull watches inside, ball 3.
So that's to say there's a lot of barrel, but also the longer bat comes a heavier bat, 32 ounces, so really kind of wants to, again, extend that barrel out, get it out over the plate. Go the other way.
In a good hitter's count, Bryden Bull kind of pops one up to second. 1 down.
It's a great jam pitch right there from Miller. Go inside, 5 straight fastballs. This one high and inside. The lefty in a hitter-friendly count, looking for all of it right there, and got deceived.
And again, that's the exact report. You're going to want to try and attack him inside. Did it excellently, did Miller, that whole at-bat.
Here's Kevin Parker Jr. in his return to the starting lineup from short absence. He's 0 for 3 today, but he just cracked the ball out to left his last time up, and he'll watch the first pitch run up high. Ball 1. Miller hard-throwing righty. We've seen more 90s than 89s today in his 6-pitch mix. 4 of them have sat right at 90 miles an hour. He provides the power and misses down low. 2-0, that one 91, but his worst miss of the day, and now Kevin Parker Jr. in the driver's seat. See if he has the green light. A guy that walked a lot to start this summer. He's kind of cooled down in that regard a little bit, and he'll take high 3-0.
Good take. I think you got to hold the bat the whole way right now.
Yeah. Try and get on. You got a lot of speed. 12 stolen bases. Or 13, excuse me, leading the team. Be big if he gets on for free.
He'll take a fastball just to get me over pitch, 3-1. Parker Jr. over his first 6 games walked 8 times. Has just done so 5 times since. He's an on-base machine. Had a 3-walk game early in the summer. On a 3-run pitch, he'll rip one to left center field pretty deep. Going back, Panorisi, it's going to fall and one hop the wall. Parker Jr. rounding second. He'll think 3. He's going to get the go sign. Here's the relay and the throw. KPJ safe at third.
What a way to turn around a 3-1 challenge pitch. Man, he rocketed that one into left center. There's the Arroyo Seco kind of bone-colored banner out there. Made it look like the ball might have gotten up over it because it sort of disappeared, but he was thinking 3 all the way. He knows his speed. Was talking about how it would be valuable to get it on first. How about on third? Now you're just basically a ball and play away from tying this game up.
Dylan Perez has hit the ball well today. First pitch to him, and he takes a called strike. Didn't have to be. The catcher, Andrews, came out of his squat to receive that one. Perez does not think so. And now time is called, and I don't know if that pitch counted.
That'd be a huge break for Perez.
We'll see. I have no idea. Here's the pitch to Perez. And he grounds one to first. This is not going to do the job. Late will look. Parker Jr. back to third and take the bag himself for the second out.
I said you're basically a ball and play away. A couple of different types of contact that wouldn't allow you to score. And, well, softly hit, kind of one hop right to the first baseman is one of those few. And Perez was not happy about it, chucked his bat towards the dugout. That's a tough one. The man on third, one out. Now a lot fewer ways to score him.
From the windup, Miller to Barrett Ronson, and he swings and misses at a challenge heater up high. Strike one. Ronson a double his first time up, then a pop out and a ground out. He was late on that fastball with Parker Jr. on third and two down. Here's Andrew Miller from the windup in the 0-1. Ronson takes on the inside corner. 0-2. Arroyo Seco scored 4 in the bottom half of the 7th inning to take a 1-run lead. Miller looking to protect it. He winds and deals the 0-2 pitch. Ronson waves and misses, strike 3. So the one-out triple by Kevin Parker Jr. felt like the Dads had some momentum in their dugout. But right now it's all Saints as we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Crawdads trail by 1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. It is 6-7 and 8-2 up for Arroyo Seco. Andrews, King, and Ryder against Miles Brand. Came in with the bases loaded in the 7th, allowed a 3-run double. Those runs, of course, not to his ledger. So the Crawdads in the top half of the 9th will have Carlisle, Pulaski, Woodson, and Ellis due up. And right now it's Miles Brand's job to make sure that that deficit is only 1. Lights coming out here at Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena. Cam Andrews, the catcher, 0 for 3, rolled into a double play and has a couple pop-ups to the left side of the infield. And he'll take a front door bending breaker called strike 1.
Been a bit of a rally ender today. 3 straight times that he's been the last out of an inning. Now time to kind of reverse that. Lead off an inning, try and get on base, reverse your fortunes a bit.
Miles Brand from the offset windup punches a slider to the outside third, 0-2. And now Brand, who struck out Asperger, the final batter of the 7th inning, has a chance to make it back-to-back, running back to the bottom of the 7th as he's ahead 0-2. Here's the pitch to the catcher, Andrews. Swing and a miss, strike 3. On a low breaking ball, Longacre blocks, tosses in time, and the first out of the 8th.
Day to forget for Andrews. 0 for 4. Chance to set the table after 3 straight innings, as I mentioned. Ending innings, now leads one off with a strikeout this time.
That's just the 6th strikeout for Crawdads pitching today, compared on the other end to 6 walks. And a team that has averaged over 2 strikeouts to every walk this year on the pitching side has really bucked that trend today. There's a fastball on the inside to Cannon King. Strike one. King, the designated hitter, led off the 7th inning with a single, and even though he was retired eventually on a fielder's choice, he really started and set the tone in that 7th inning. Miles Brand, a 0-1 fastball hits the same spot, and it's 0-2. And Brand, 5 pitches into this bottom of the 8th inning. He's tossed 5 strikes.
Exactly what you need to do. Keep this lead, or deficit rather, right where it is.
On an 0-2 to the left-handed hitting King. A swing and a foul tip in and out of the glove of Longacre. And Arroyo Seco now is saying that their broadcast team jinxed it. I was thinking it. You were thinking it. You were thinking it. Maybe even Jack Brooks was thinking it.
I was certainly thinking it.
Little shades of Braden Barnes. Alex Swift was thinking it.
Unbelievable.
I wasn't thinking it. Now I know, though.
Really?
Yeah.
That's that Oregon education.
Seriously.
Here's the 0-2 from Brand for a second time, the King. This time it's strike 3 swinging.
The K that I drew in my scorebook, well, gets to stay there. Nice.
Well, Charlie would have said something about you needing to have an erasable pen.
Probably.
I would.
I think it's just, I think it's a sin.
It was only the line of the K, the vertical line.
So it could have been like a 1 to 3.
Yeah.
You needed it to be.
It could have just kind of been awkwardly there if he got on base.
Here's Evan Ryder. 0 for 3 today. And he takes a front door slider for strike 1. What a start to this inning for Miles Brand. Julianne Stark gimmicking over to our left.
Well.
As per usual, Fork Fountain Kitchen. Here's the 0-1. A little grounder up the middle. That's through into center for a base hit. So Ryder just pokes his bat out at that one and pokes it up the middle. 79 in, 77 out. The first hit of the day for Ryder.
That's the best swing you're going to see against Miles Brand. I mean, he's just been pummeling the zone and has been mixing up the speeds. Saints have had no shot at him. Even that one kind of an excuse me swing. Behind in the count, but anything that'll get your team a 2-out rally.
Here's
a big swing.
Brody Shear, 2 for 3. And in his first start as a Saint, he's got his first hit as a Saint and his first extra base hit as an Arroyo Seco Saint. With a runner on first and 2 down, he watches a fastball miss off the outside for ball 1. And I think what it was is I think Longacre was crossed up there because he's heading out to the mound. He didn't receive that one as good as he usually does.
He's having a chat, saying, hey, get back together. No runner on second, so don't have to worry about signs potentially being relayed. Don't have to mix that up. You get to kind of, again, set back to the standard.
6-5 Saints lead, bottom of the 8th inning. Crawdads will have 9-1-2 due up in the top of the 9th with Miles Brand searching to keep this at a 1-run game, and he delivers a fastball right down Broadway for strike 1. That one at 86 miles an hour right there. Left-handed hitting Shear, 2 for 3. With Ryder on first, he's stolen 5 bases, but done so 9 tries, and he's got a big, healthy lead. As Brand kicks, and this one slapped to left. Daniel Pulasic charging in. He reaches down, and he makes the catch to end the inning. That one had a little extra sizzle on it to Pulasic and left, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. We go to the 9th inning. Crawdads will have Carlisle, Pulasic, and Woodson, hoping to get it to Mr. Crawdad, who's due up 4th in the inning. They trail by 1. As we head to the top of the 9th in a 1-run game, let's take a look ahead for the next couple days. on the road for the next handful, down south versus Arroyo Seco tomorrow. That game will be at 5:35, and it'll be right here with these two lovely fellas to my left and right on play-by-play tomorrow. Then on Friday at 6 p.m. under the lights of Sinsheimer Park, 6 o'clock, first pitch in that one, and the Crawdads will take on the first place San Luis Obispo Blues in the biggest game of the summer.
Yeah, it's a fun trip, too. I mean, just getting to come down here, getting to call games as far as we will from Walnut Creek and Danville this summer. So glad we could join you here, Austin. It's great.
Well, and right now the Crawdads are hoping for a late rally. Lucas Carlisle, Daniel Pulasic, TJ Woodson, and then Ryan Ellis. And look, I'm not sure if there are 4 hitters you'd rather want due up in an inning like this. And looking to the Crawdads dugout, it looks like 5 or 6 guys have a helmet on ready to hit, thinking this inning is going to go for a long time. Kevin Parker Jr. had a 1-out triple against the reliever Andrew Miller back in the 8th inning, but he was stranded there after a ground out and a strikeout in that order. Lucas Carlisle 0 for 3 today, and he'll take a fastball just wide, ball 1. Carlisle entered today with a walk rate of 36%. Just a guy that is a base on ball machine, and he would absolutely take 4 here from Miller, but he takes strike 1. That one called a strike on the outside, 1-1.
Just need a patient at bat here from Carlisle.
He'll take a front door breaking ball right to the top of the zone, 1-2.
So he's been a bit less patient today than usual, and it's worked to 0 for 3, but a guy you can trust to really kind of zone it in, keyhole on his hitting zone.
1-2 from Miller. Carlisle, it's a big bouncing ball to third. Backhanding it is the shortstop for your long throw across, and Carlisle beats it out. A leadoff knock for Lucas Carlisle, his first hit of the day, and the Dads are in business here in the 9th.
I mean, that one, it's a type of contact where you see it come off the bat, that high hop in the deep hole on the left side. It's high percentage. You feel like you're going to get on first, but man, Freer made it a lot closer than you'd expect. I mean, I didn't even expect him to make that pick on the backhand side. A really tough play that he almost somehow made. But speed of Carlisle, no chance. Now you're in business if you're the Crawdads.
Carlisle has stolen 4 bases in 4 tries this summer. Daniel Pulasic 1 for 4 at the dish today. First pitch from Miller. Pulasic fouls one back, a good swing on a fastball right on the inside corner. And it's 0-1. The Crawdads have not won a game this summer after trailing after 7 or 8 innings. They're 0-4 in those scenarios this season. Of course, just 5 losses for Walnut Creek. And the 0-1 to Pulasic. He'll take a strike right there. 0-2.
Carlisle bluffed to go, got into the head of the catcher Andrews a bit, and Crawdads have kind of put that play on today. The fake go, take a pitch, make the pitcher-catcher battery duo think about it a bit.
No balls, 2 strikes. Now Pulasic's got to protect. A big hole on the left side of the infield, and Miller's 0-2. And Pulasic takes down low, ball 1.
Any bit of attention you can take off of the hitter from the battery duo increases the chance that the pitcher might leave one over the heart. Make a mistake in the zone rather than out of it.
6-5, Arroyo Seco leads, top of the 9th inning. Carlisle on first, we'll see if he runs. And a throw back by Miller. Carlisle in with a dive ahead of the tag of late on first. The Cardiac Crawdads, as they've been known over the last couple seasons, looking for another come-from-behind victory. The 1-2, Pulasic watches up and away with the fastball, not close, and the count evens at 2. And really, we've only seen fastball from Miller today.
He's a one-pitch pitcher. You can kind of sit on it. Obviously, the slider has been worked in just occasionally, but if you're Pulasic, you can't bother looking for anything else right now, I don't think.
Count even at 2. Here's Miller's pitch. Pulasic, a squibber to third. Fielding it is Asperger. His only plays to first. Pulasic is just a little bit. The throw beats him by just a little bit, but it'll do the job, and it'll push Carlisle to second.
Not the contact you're looking for, but man, it works out there. Just hugged itself on the grass enough to slow it down. Only play to first now. Base hit ties this game. Base hit to the outfield wood, that is. 2 infield contacts, though. Miller doing a good job avoiding the barrels. Woodson, though, a guy who found one last time up.
2 for 4 today. Flew out to deep left his last time up. Carlisle off second, the first pitch. Woodson hits it in the air, shallow right field, dropping fast righter, and it falls! Here comes Lucas Carlisle. TJ Two Bags ties it at 6 with a double in the ninth.
I don't believe it. I do not believe it. I mean, 69 miles an hour off the bat after a 44-mile-an-hour ground ball as TJ Two Bags extends his lead once again into the CCL of doubles. But man, back-to-back, again, hits under 70 miles an hour that one moves the runner over to second, next one scores him.
Well, now if you're Ryan Ellis, you know exactly what you're thinking of doing here. Woodson on second, one out, the first pitch to Ellis, and it's a little bit wide with a fastball, ball one. Ellis came in today just 2 runs batted in away from tying Ryan Brome for the all-time run batted in record. He's the Crawdad all-time leader in just about every offensive category you can think of. Miller on a 1-0 count to the Crawdad DH. It's a high fly ball to right. That will go well foul, but it was well gone.
Wow. Turn and burn, okay. 88, that was, I mean, middle in. He was early on it by a second about.
So the RBI double from Woodson has tied this game at 6 here in the ninth. He stands on second base after his 3rd hit of the day. Ellis has walked twice and reached on an error that brought home a run back in the 4th. A 6'7" right-hander Miller delivers home. Ellis fouls one down the left field line. That'll slice out of play. The night has become a light show at this point. Not the highest lights here at Jackie Robinson Field that could kind of come into play. We saw it out in Sonoma. Another place with very short lights. A ball and 2 strikes. Woodson the runner on second and 1 out. Miller at the belt, kicks, deals. Ellis watches it up, 2-2.
This is the time of day, too, where balls up in the air become really difficult to track as an outfielder. Not quite dark enough to where the lights take over, and still kind of baseball-colored sky sort of blends in as the sun is set but has not fully given up its shine.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Woodson still on second. He's the potential go-ahead run. And the pitch to Ellis is swung on and missed, strike 3. High cheddar. Ellis, not a guy that strikes out a lot. Miller picks up his second. That'll bring up Drew Longacre.
It's a great challenge pitch right there from Andrew Miller, top of the zone against Ellis. It's the one place you're going to probably get him to bite, especially with a fastball that looks really juicy.
Longacre flew out to right his first time up. He's had some big moments as a Crawdad. Both of his big games have come against the Alameda Merchants. Now looking to take his talents down south. First pitch. Longacre watches a perfectly placed fastball catch the outside third for strike 1. Good speed on second with TJ Woodson. We're tied at 6 here in the top of the ninth. After Woodson's RBI double, the Crawdads coughed up what was a 5-1 lead, but have evened it back up in the ninth. Andrew Miller looks back to second where Woodson waits. Looks back again and comes home. Longacre takes the first off-speed pitch we've really seen on the day from Miller, and it almost looked like a changeup that fell up high, evening the count at 1-1. A single from Carlisle, moved to second on the ground out from Pulasic, scored on the double from TJ Woodson. Miller looks back that way and the 1-1 home. Longacre hits a pop-up, back out of play, over towards the parking lot, and just over the fan section. If that's hit, what, 15, 20, 30 feet to their left, it's right to us.
Yep, pretty much.
Dream. You want one?
I don't.
Oh, I want one.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're tied at 6 here in the ninth. Andrew Miller from the belts. On a 1-2 to Longacre. He misses up high with another changeup, 2-2.
Breaking ball might have backed up there, yeah, just did not snap as he wanted it to. Starts to run back into the righty.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuce is wild. Longacre, one of the latest additions to this Crawdads roster. Waits, and the 2-2. Longacre bounces one back up the middle. To second for Flores. Off his back foot, he throws to first and ends the inning as Woodson is stranded at second. But the Crawdads tie this ball game back up at 6 apiece. We go now to the bottom of the ninth as, well, the Crawdads defense tries to force extra innings here from Arroyo Seco. Bottom of the ninth inning, the Crawdads make a call to the bullpen, bring in the very trusted right-hander Jacob Cobran, who's just thrown a ton this season, and well, he's one of the hardest throwers in the league. Coming in a tie ball game, 6-6 the score.
Has not allowed a run in his last 6 outings, so time to try and ride that streak and extend it to today. Not even a run that was unearned or anything. No runs at all, period. Tied his season long 1 2/3 last time out against the Stompers. That was the 27th of June, so we saw Carlos Hernandez, or rather Weston Thornbury earlier. Hadn't pitched in a long while, and it kind of maybe got him a little bit. Gave up a run, wasn't quite himself. Had trouble finding the zone, so we'll see how Coburn deals with the long time off.
He'll have to face the top of the lineup. Jacob Freer, Braden Flores, and Zach Late. A tie ball game, 6-6 in the bottom of the ninth after TJ Woodson's tying RBI double. And a swing and a miss at a 92-mile-an-hour fastball right at the knees, strike one.
On this top of the orders, got it done today. Scoring a lot of runs as well as that. Been the producers of 4 runs, have also scored runs.
Freer scored his last 2 times, was hit by a pitch, and walked. And time is called at the plate. Cobran, big right-hander, 6'3". And he throws 92 to 94 with the fastball. This one, 92, flipped foul off to the left. And Cobran has also become a strike pumper over the last couple weeks.
That he has. He has a really great feel for the zone, especially with the fastball. Will load that square with the 92-mile-an-hour pitch. It's been really tough to catch up to.
He's ahead in the count here, no balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch from the belt. Down and in with the fastball, 1-2. Cobran replaces Miles Brand, who lasted an inning and 2/3, allowed just 1 hit, but that was a big one. It's not going to go on his ledger, but it scored all 3 runs inherited by Carlos Hernandez. Didn't walk anyone, struck out 3. Ahead in the count, 1-2, and a drive to left center field. Bryden Bull going back from his post in center field. He'll circle under it and make the catch for the first out.
Pretty good swing. The base hits for the lefties today have been to that left center field gap. That one more dead central. Again, I've really enjoyed watching these lefties. Their approach has been so impressive. They've just continually gone with the fastballs where they're thrown and deposited it out there to that deeper left field side. Just a tick too early for that time.
And this guy, Braden Flores, has been a big part of why the Saints are right back in this game. Cobran delivers strike 1. Flores has reached base all 4 times, twice on walks, twice on singles. He's scored twice, he's driven in 1. That made it a 5-3 ball game in the 7th, and he drives this one to left for Daniel Pulasic, who makes the catch, 2 down.
An oppo approach. Hit pretty good. Just right where Pulaski was. So both times they've kind of missed. Too central, too far left. Pulaski also shaded over a little bit more into the gap there. He knows where they're trying to go with it. So positioned perfectly after a game full of those base hits out there.
That'll bring up Zach Late. Late had the big swing in the ball game, a 3-run bases clearing double in the bottom of the 7th inning that turned what was a 5-3 lead for the Crawdads into a 6-5 lead for Arroyo Seco. Jacob Cobran from the belt, first pitch to Late, bounces in with the fastball, 1-0. We've only seen fastball today from Jacob Cobran. Crawdads and Saints playing for the first time since last season when the Saints handed the Crawdads one of their worst losses ever. 16-4 the final in that one up in Walnut Creek. The 1-0. 2-0.
3 want it. It's a really good pitch if you're Coburn. Can't be mad about that one. You can be a bit mad about the call, but not mad about executing that spot. Now you just got to lock back in. 2-0 instead of 1-0. Still got 2 outs in your pocket.
6-6 ball game, bottom 9. Breaking ball bends to the back door, 2-1.
Sure.
Maybe the Crawdads' best victory of all time came against these Arroyo Seco Saints back in June of 2022. They trailed by 4 going into the 9th inning against what was a wagon Saint team. Scored 5 runs in that bottom of the 9th inning as this one misses low, including a walk-off grand slam off the bat of Coleman Schmidt that turned a 4-1 game into a 5-4 victory for Walnut Creek. That game was kind of the start of the Cardiac Crawdads. That team won 3 games via the walk-off in a week. A good hitter's count here, and a drive to left center field hit well. Bull sprinting back. He will make the catch, hustling towards his right into the left center field alleyway, and he takes extra bases away from Zach Late. Extra innings for the first time on the road this season. Charlie Limoncelli will take the 10th, and the Crawdads will look to take the lead when we come back.
Top of the 10th. We're in extra innings, tied at 6 apiece here in Pasadena, California. The Walnut Creek Crawdads and the Arroyo Seco Saints. Drew Longacre made the last out in the top of the 9th for Walnut Creek, and Sutter Moss will take over as the pinch runner, the ghost runner, so to speak, in extra innings here. Bryden Bull, Kevin Parker Jr., and Dylan Perez due up in this inning for Walnut Creek. The big boppers in the middle. Bull 1 for 4, a single, a fly out, 2 of those, and a ground out. Mason Miller still in there for Arroyo Seco. He's gone 2 innings, just 1 hit allowed. First pitch to Bull, ripped on a line, foul territory left field.
Bull up there with a bit of a shorter bat. They attacked him inside last time. Gives him a chance to kind of get the hands in a little bit lighter too, swing it quicker. Not the 35-32 that he was swinging last at bat, which I talked about.
Miller ahead 0-1. Brings the pitch home. Bull Takes a late hack, fouls it away towards the Saints dugout at third, pardon me. It's out of play, 0-2.
Well, still jammed on straight pitches, so got to adjust.
And how about this? Just the second appearance for Andrew Miller this season for Arroyo Seco. Allowed the RBI double to TJ Woodson back in the ninth that gave Walnut Creek the tie. But apart from that, just 3 hits allowed. 0-2 to Bull. Just tapped foul. Bryden stays alive.
It's a big swing. Good fastball off the inside. Tried to tie Bull up like he did to start the 8th inning. And Bull kind of just tried to hit it into the ground. That's what you can kind of aim for here. Hit the ball to the right side and good things are going to happen.
Moss, hefty lead at second. Miller, the 0-2 again. Bull takes outer third fastball, called strike 3.
Utterly perfect pitch. You're attacking him up and in, start the at-bat. All you're thinking is hard inside. Bull was late on it, trying to adjust to it. That leaves you very vulnerable to that outside corner low.
Third strikeout of the day for Andrew Miller. Still an RBI chance. Kevin Parker Jr. comes back to the dish, 1 for 3. Tripled off of Miller. Just the second batter that Miller faced in the 8th. But was stranded there, 90 feet away from home. First pitch to Parker Jr. here in the top of the 10th. Breaking ball inside and high.
Parker Jr. pretty easily the best swing from anyone today against Miller, who even the 2 hits he allowed in the 9th inning were kind of dink and doink. Parker Jr. ripped the ball, and then talk about hustle double, you had a hustle triple.
1-0. Parker Jr. takes a fastball low outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
And he's really swung it well today. Even his outs have been hit pretty hard. Smoked that one to left in the 5th. That was 100 miles an hour off the bat. And the one to left, his last time up, 97 off the bat.
You couldn't tell that Kevin Parker Jr.'s hand is bothering him based on the way he's swinging. 2-0. Parker Jr. just fouls it back. It gets stuck in the net.
Wedgie.
Well, one thing that might slightly benefit Arroyo Seco, too, is about Kevin Parker's hard contact is he loves it to the pull side, so if something's hit really hard to left, it's not as deep of a throw as it is to right, so Panarisi could come up throwing. Walnut Creek might have to hold the runner at third on a shallow hard hit to left.
Miller resets belt high. Brief glance at second. 2-1 home. Parker Jr. takes inside.
I would not take that pitch again if I'm Kevin Parker Jr. It was a gift from Cam Andrews behind the plate. The catcher just didn't receive it well.
81-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch on the inner third. It was called, according to the TrackMan data, but went for a ball. 3-1. Parker Jr. takes heater high and tight. 1 out. 2 base runners on for Dylan Perez. Top of the 10th. Walnut Creek tied with the Arroyo Seco Saints at 6.
Well, it's time for a Perez party, all right? He had that 2-run double earlier today. He's so frustrated after his at-bat in the 8th inning. This is a guy who can do some damage. He's faced some of the best arms in the nation. That's not an exaggeration this season, this spring at Baylor. It's his time.
Does well against high-velocity pitching, which Miller provides in droves. First pitch, fastball high.
On that last pitch for Miller, just 87 out of the hand, and he's been sitting 89, 90, 91 today. But this is a long outing. You mentioned it, just his second of the summer, and his previous high, he went 2 innings. It's kind of right around where he was at Azusa Pacific this year. So maybe the velo is starting to drop just a little bit.
Crawdads certainly hoping so. But perhaps not Perez. Crushes hard hit or hard thrown balls. Moss at second, Parker Jr. at first. Infield playing deep with 1 out here in the top of the 10th. Righty Miller, 1-0 to Perez. Flared in the air, infield, over towards first. Miller from the mound will get to it himself at the first base foul line.
Another unproductive out in a situation where you don't really need a base hit to help the cause. For the Crawdads, that's just big time pitches being made. Is Cam Taylor now going to be on for the Crawdads? Is kind of last chance if you hand it off to Arroyo Seco to the bottom of the 10th. They just need a run to win it. Gives them the luxury that they just have to manufacture that run so they can sacrifice someone to get the runner to third, the ghost runner, that is.
So as you say, Harry, Cam Taylor, big bam bam Cam, pinch hitting for Barrett Ronson, will take over at first base. Guy who hit 3 homers last year, including 1 in the playoffs against San Luis Obispo. Just needs a base knock here. Miller's first pitch to Taylor, fastball not close, high and outside.
And he's also a guy that when he's right, he'll take his walks, and you can feel pretty good about Lucas Carlisle, who's on deck coming to the plate. I almost wonder if Miller would even consider pitching around Bam Bam. Had a really nice game against Sonoma a couple games ago.
1-0. Taylor takes a hack, fouls it straight back to the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike. Taylor, 3 walks to 7 strikeouts here in 2026. 7 games played for Walnut Creek. But in 2025 was a monster on-base machine. 24 walks to 25 strikeouts. 23 runs driven in on 4 extra base hits. Miller's got 2 outs already, top of the 10th. 1-1 to Taylor. Wave and a miss. Blows the fastball past him, top of the zone.
Light's definitely playing into this one a little bit. Just harder to pick up the baseball right now. Not something that these Crawdad hitters are used to.
Crawdads typically play 4 o'clock their home games. Most games in the north. 1-2, Miller trying to get out of the inning. Misses upstairs with the fastball. Count even at 2 to Taylor. 2 base runners, 2 outs, top of the 10th. It's Deuces Wild. Tied at 6 between the Crawdads and the Saints. Taylor, left side of the plate, ready to get this one going. 2-2. Wave and a miss. How about Andrew Miller? Gets past the Crawdad batters with 2 runners on base. And Walnut Creek heads to the defensive side. Home half of the 10th. They got to play and keep this at 6. Bottom of the 10th. Tied at 6, the Saints and the Crawdads. Heart of the Arroyo Seco order due up. Panarese, Asperger, and Andrews. Bryce Robinette, the man at second base, in favor of Zach Late, the first baseman, who was the last out in the bottom of the 9th. Cam Taylor goes to first. Joe Coupland takes over behind the dish. Jacob Coburn still on the mound. Panarese, hitless today. Pop out, grounded into a double play in the 4th, walked in the 6th, and grounded out again in the 7th. RBI chance, the ghost runner Robinette. Lots of speed at second, and Panarese squares bunt, lays it down foul behind home plate. 0-1.
Something to note, Panarese, 3 years at Cal State LA, has not laid down a sacrifice bunt. So maybe not something he's super accustomed to. He's hitting in the heart of this order. He's the 2 hitter for the Golden Eagles at COCLA.
Corner infield playing at the grass. Middle infield playing deep. Outfield straight away for Walnut Creek. Coburn brings in the 0-1 pitch, bounces in the dirt. Coupland on top of it.
Big play.
Big time from the new guy in there, Joe Coupland. Man, that was not an easy pitch to corral as a catcher. Neither was it an easy pitch to bunt tap. Wisely pulled back.
1-1 to Panarese, trying to be the hero for the Saints. They climbed all the way back in the 7th. They scored 4 against Carlos Hernandez. 1-1, bunt laid down. Coburn drops right in front of him, mishandled. Now he'll throw to first. They do get the out, but Robinette moves to third.
Man, that was not a good bunt. 1-4 on the putout. It took a great play from Coburn just to get that out, a former position player himself. Now this becomes a strikeout spot, but that was almost disaster. Credit to Coburn for still getting out there, because once he kind of slipped a little bit, you thought maybe not.
And he was thinking, perhaps right as it dropped down in front of him, he was still on it with pace, maybe try and get a play at third, but you always just got to take the out you get. Now infield comes in. Last chance to protect the winning run.
Infield in. Winning run 90 feet away. Here's a dribbler up the middle. Sean Asperger, the third baseman, delivers for the Saints, and Arroyo Seco walks off the Crawdads. Walnut Creek led 5-1 after the 5th inning. Then a 1 spot in the 6th, 4 in the 7th, and 1 more in the bottom of the 10th. Arroyo Seco claims victory from the jaws of defeat.
Yeah, it's going to hurt. A really, really long day again. Marathon. Getting on the bus at 8 in the morning. Coming all the way down to Southern California. You come out of the gates playing well and trying to get out of a long day happy, but instead it just, you see the tired legs, tired bodies kind of come to the forefront at the end, and, well, Arroyo Seco able to outlast the Crawdads in what was a bit of a classic. That was a very well-played game on both sides, very clean on the infields, but just a game, I think you wrapped it up perfectly, Charlie. Game that was victory snatched from the jaws of defeat.
Only 1 total error in this game. Crawdads walked 6. That's kind of going to be the downfall. And you look back to that 7th inning. You walk 2, then you give up the 3-run double. Baseball gods are going to hurt you after that. But it's kind of another one of those games relatively similar to the one against Alameda, the 13-3 loss, where the Crawdads didn't necessarily play poorly, but the opponent played well. And when you have the runner on second, you've got to hold serve there. And the Crawdads were unable to do that in the 10th, and obviously that came back to hurt him, because then Sean Asperger comes up, and he's just got to put the ball in play.
So that'll do it here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. A 7-6 win for the Arroyo Seco Saints. The Crawdads start their road trip, I should say, with a loss in Pasadena. We'll be right back here tomorrow night. Same spot, same place, same game, potentially different outcome. You'll have to tune in and find out. Then the Crawdads go to slow on Friday. Anyways, for Harry Setrakian and Austin Oda, then Jack Brooks, our producer, Charlie Limoncelli signing off. We'll see you folks tomorrow.